Mario. Antonio.
Good morning. I'm Christopher Lloyd, and I'm standing here in the studios of Sirius XM Satellite Radio. It's a weekly morning, approximately 6 a.m., and this is the Opie and Anthony Show.
Never before has one radio show been so extreme. So vulgar.
I'll fucking shove my face up a chick's ass in a second.
Someone said we curse a lot, do we? I have no idea if we do.
So flatulent.
Who just farted?
I did, but I didn't know it stunk.
Like rotten eggs and sewage.
Oh, wow, thank you.
I can't believe that us sitting around like this is actually a radio show. It's not going to get any better than this.
Are we on the air? No, we are. Oh, okay.
Quite simply, the greatest show in the history of broadcasting.
O&A every day, that's what I say.
You guys having a good time or what?
Rules are destroyed and conventions burned to the ground. Would you like to make the fucking with Opie, the Destroyer.
I would eat Betty White's ass. She's 90, right?
Oh, it doesn't smell too bad.
Anthony, the Rage.
Holy fuck, how much more fair you wanted? Tired of these people up my ass all the time trying to get me to help. Fuck you.
And Jim Norton, lover of the transgender.
Every time a transsexual walks in the room, party horn should go off. Like, surprise!
It's the Opie and Anthony Show. Strap in, dicks. This one's gonna hurt.
Double guns, bitch.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Exactly. All right, good morning, everyone.
Hi, everybody. How's everybody, body?
Oh, Jesus. You
Are we
asking
body?
me? You asking me?
Yeah, huh?
You asking me?
Yeah, huh?
Nothing worse than dealing with a sick kid. It's bad enough when you're sick,
Yeah,
but a sick kid, fuck.
that sucks, man.
These fucking parents out there, we got a lot of parents that listen to us. How about you
Yeah.
warn me about some of these things?
Oh, I kind of remember they did over time, over the course of time.
Well, my son's going to be 3 very, very soon, and in general, he's had basic illnesses. You know, it sucks, stuffy nose, cold, but these kids, they get better in 12 hours. It's really fucking creepy how quick they heal. You can watch cuts and bruises actually heal in front of you. It's really fucking
like
strange.
Wolverine.
Yeah, like Wolverine. But he finally got hit with like some fucking real virus, 104.5 temperature, which basically means, you got to get him to the emergency room or get that fever down immediately. And we were able to get it down to about 103. And
Wow, how do you do that? Aspirin?
a lot of aspirin. A lot of aspirin.
Damn.
And so what? This is Thursday, so Tuesday night, I had every intention of coming in here yesterday.
Yeah.
But I was up all fucking night with him as he's just whining and crying and fucking bitching about management. And
Was it weird to hear a 3-year-old say video element?
I'm like, damn, that's how I sound? I got to shut the fuck up. Now I get it. And holding him all night, waking up every fucking 20 minutes. His voice is going, his throat is raspy. A 3-year-old with a raspy voice is really fucking strange. So then, of course, you call your pediatrician. That's why I love Dr. Steve. I know I'm going to be all over the place. We have a friend, Dr. Steve, Weird Medicine. We beat the shit out of him, but he's like a real fucking doctor that I wish every single person, even the haters, had in their life.
That's great,
Because
right?
he fucking takes it seriously. He'll take your phone call and he'll talk you off the ledge, with this basic sick shit. So, but we call our pediatrician, all night long, 104. Someone's got to get back to us. What do we do? Do we go to the emergency room? Blah, blah, blah. But through Dr. Steve, I knew I didn't have to go to the emergency room. Just watch it and keep giving him aspirin, right? 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, no fucking call from the pediatrician still. I'm paying you, not Dr. Steve. So at 8 in the morning, I let you guys know I wasn't going to come in. And 8 in the morning, I'm waiting at the pediatrician's office because that's when they open, so they can finally see my sick kid.
Jeez.
And then they're annoyed because I don't have an appointment. I'm like, sorry, but I've been up all fucking night. Look at the kid. He's in rough shape here. This isn't like a regular, sniffles.
Yeah.
It's obviously this is a little more than usual. So, long story short, they got him in, and they gave him a strep test, and he doesn't have strep, but he's still fucking miserable with a really bad sore throat. And
just got it real bad.
He's got a real bad virus. But this my point is, this is the worst one he's had in his little 3-year life, so...
And the medical profession really is annoying.
It's annoying.
It's a hard job, but like Dr. Steve is honestly a good doctor. Like he really does want to know that you're doing okay, and he takes time to talk to you. And he's a really good doctor.
Why aren't there more doctors like this? Our Russian doctor, I stopped going to her because she's a creep. She'll fucking give you like the worst case scenario, and then downplay the fact that but that's probably not what it is. I told you I had an EKG, and I go, what is it reading? And she goes, as casual as possible, she goes, heart attack. And then I'm waiting. She goes, I go, heart attack? She goes, oh, yeah, but this machine has been acting up.
You fucking
But when you say, like, the machine's been acting up, it's reading heart attack, but it's not a heart attack. In the end, it wasn't a heart attack.
Oh, my God.
But I go, what is it reading? She goes, heart attack. And then there's nothing after that to explain, but...
What a fucking... Oh, that's terrible.
I fucking hate doctors. Most people hate doctors. I know we have doctors listening to us, but you just suck.
Yeah.
You got a whole bunch of panicky Pete's, and you don't know how to talk to them. So Dr. Steve is a fucking hero once again, because I was on the phone and texting him off and on through this whole little thing, and, he helped me out.
Yeah. Except
for the one thing he said where he goes, well, when their temperatures get up to 104, 105, he might have a seizure in front of you.
What? That's terrible.
And I said, what?
Who wants to see that?
And then he goes, whoa. It's real. He goes, it's really scary for the parents, but the kid will be fine in the end. There will be no, everlasting problems with that.
Oh.
I'm like, a seizure? Oh. But I guess their little bodies, when they heat up that much, they can't take it, and they fucking start spazzing out.
Wow.
So, see, a whole bunch of people are already calling. I feel your pain. It's because the doctors don't know how to fucking just talk to you like a human being. They have kids, too. They know how this shit goes.
They get right to that fucking horrid point.
And you call like what is it, like an answering service or whatever, because they're not at the doctor's office.
Never.
And like, all right, what's the deal? And I don't know, if you tell them that your kid who's less than 3 has 104 consistent temperature, you would think someone will get back to you.
Yeah.
They never got back to me.
Jeez. How about a house call? They don't come with the little bag and come to your house?
Well, that would be great.
You could pay for that. I had that done in Canada. My girlfriend was sick a few years ago, and we had a doctor come. It was really weird.
In Canada?
Yeah, because you can find houses. Like the hotel hooked us up.
I don't think in America they do that at all.
Sure you can.
They
really?
Not many.
It would cost you more, but I mean, you can get a house call.
You can't get a house call because these guys need as many patients as possible.
I remember.
And that's another reason why they don't talk to you as an individual, because they got to move on to the next fucking case.
My pediatrician used to come over to the house.
Really?
Yeah, back in the olden days.
Little house on the prairie.
Dr. Fuchs.
Dr. Fuchs.
Dr. Fuchs would come over.
That's close to fucks.
Yeah.
Did he spell it fucks? Let's
be honest. It was
a
woman. She was like a Nazi.
Was it F-U-C-H-S?
Yeah, it was F-U-C-H-S.
That's fucks.
Dr. Fuchs.
When you have to think about it before you say
it. Well, Anthony, how about you? I bet she was, and she probably was some Nazi doctor that fucking came over here and shit, but she was, she'd come over with like the doctor bag. With all the little goodies in it.
Nice.
And fucking, check you out.
Did she stick things in your hiney?
No, I never got the hiney thing for temperature or anything.
What is it? Mine? Up mine hiney?
Oh, God.
Can we bring that back in honor of Steve? Oh, yeah. Can we do one just in honor of Steve?
Mine hiney?
Yes. Mine. What is it? Mine?
Mine hiney.
Yeah, you got to play one of those in a breakdown.
Yikes.
So he's still sick as fuck. But, but whatever.
And then all of a sudden they're like, better. Then all of a sudden they'll wake up and be like, hey, it's better.
I'm hoping because he's got his little birthday party this weekend.
Oh, man, sick for a birthday? That'd be terrible.
It's going to be close. It's going to be really close.
Yeah.
Really fucking close. So we'll see. Because when I left the house, he wasn't much better. But the little fucker now wants me to hold him.
Yeah, huh?
The little fucker.
Why, he didn't want you to hold him for a while?
Hey, he's a fucking little man already.
Dude.
Yeah, he wants mommy to hold him, but not daddy as much.
Yeah.
But now he wants me to hold him.
Yeah.
I held him more Tuesday night than I have in a year. Now he's all about fucking reaching his arms up. Little bastard.
Were you kissing his head?
Oh, a million fucking times. He was so fucking hot.
Yeah.
I was sweating. No, whatever. Enough
Holding a little furnace.
It was a little furnace.
That's fucked up.
Dude, it was a little furnace. It was
Jesus.
fucking bad.
That's a good time to tell him about the Lord.
It's terrible.
Now I'm hoping the little one doesn't get what he had. 'Cause that'll be even worse.
All you'd need.
Yeah, so, all right. But anyway, I decided to save something for Anthony for the air.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
We work for Sirius XM Satellite Radio.
What?
And
Oh.
this is going to cause some shit, but a listener told me what the company is doing with us. A listener.
Yeah.
A listener on Twitter. And I was like, ha, that's funny.
Yeah.
There's no way a listener would know before me or Ann or Jim Norton.
Right.
Do you know that our channel is changing? They're moving us?
I found out 10 minutes ago.
They're moving us.
I heard that, too, from a listener.
From a listener, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Because my point was this, okay, you know, having two kids and stuff, I'm not completely in touch as much as I used to be. So I'm like, all right, maybe they did tell me, and I was fucking dazed and confused. So I asked Aunt, and now I'm finding out from Jimmy. You had no idea either.
No, is it only here or is it in Canada?
I don't know.
Who the hell knows?
That's a good question.
What?
Both.
Both? Okay.
See, all right. These guys talk to us every fucking day about nonsense.
Nothing.
But they don't give us the big fucking news.
Changing the channel number is a huge thing for a show. First of all, I absolutely believe listeners go away because they just don't know where it is. They tune in one day, we're not there, and assume we're just gone. Because not everybody is a hardcore fan that knows if we're here or not here or something.
Right.
So they just think we're fucking gone, and they don't fucking...
You absolutely lose the casual listener.
Right.
You know, we deal with the hardcores. Those are the fucking pain in the ass fucking people that listen to every single minute of every single fucking show, and then we'll bitch and complain.
Right.
That the last minute wasn't as good as the first minute.
Exactly.
But you came back strong on the third minute, but the fourth minute was lacking something. Holy fuck, you're exhausting. But then there are other people that are kind of fans, but they'll never call the show. They'll never tweet us. They'll never go to a live event, but they're also fans. Mm-hmm. And then there's usually a third category, and that's the category you're talking about, where it's casual listening. If they come upon us, they're like, yeah, this is pretty good. I'm going to listen to these guys. But they don't give a fuck. They don't even know who's talking half the time.
The channel number is set there in the morning.
Right.
Because they listen to the show. But if we're not there,
Right. And you're right. So when you change channels, or in regular radio, when you went across the street, it was a nightmare to try to build an audience because their habits were set.
Yeah. A sitcom changes its day. You know, we're changing from Thursday to Tuesday nights, and you know, they got to promote the fuck out of it,
right?
Because people just go away.
But you assume if this show is so powerful and hot that just moving it doesn't fucking matter, but it does, like you're saying.
It does fucking matter.
Even in TV, they have to sell the shit out of it to make sure you know where. I don't know, fucking. See, I don't like sitcom TV anymore. So Big Bang Theory. Let's say if they moved that shit, it would be a big fucking deal and a lot of promotion.
And perhaps if they told us, we would have been able to, you know, impart it to the listeners over the course of time, since they knew we were going to do this, that we would have said, like, hey, by the way, we're going to be on channel, blah, blah, blah.
Well, when you start promoting that...
Yes! Of course.
When you, like, months ago go, warning, we can even be goofballs about it. Say, Opie and Anthony are moving. We don't know where yet, but stay tuned, and we'll let you know.
They never fucking told us that the channel was changing. I still don't know what fucking channel we're going to. I don't know why. What's the upside of changing, and why do we have to change channels?
I don't know.
No one talks to us about something this important and this big.
But they'll run into us after every show with nonsense.
Their stupid fucking minutia of the hashtag fucking thing. That's what we hear about. Their fuck cunt hashtag.
Yo, they're taking that very seriously.
How about the channel number? That's kind of important.
Well, I swear they didn't tell me. They didn't tell you, and Jimmy absolutely didn't know either. Okay,
no,
because I'm like, wow, man, I'm fucking out of it.
Isn't that great that listeners get to tell us that fucking
on Twitter?
on Twitter.
I laughed. I'm like, ha, ha, ha. And then another tweet came in with the actual promotional material showing where we're going to be.
Where are we going to be, by the way?
So everything's been printed out.
Why wouldn't they tell us that?
Why wouldn't they tell us?
I don't know, because we have shitty fucking people that oversee this channel.
I can't wait till after the show today when they come up with this great excuse and reason why they didn't tell us that will have no responsibility put on them whatsoever. It wasn't their fault or problem or error or anything that we weren't fucking told something as important as the channel number changing. Well, you know, we had told this and this was that and
we weren't sure and I don't.
It's beyond me how much of pieces of shit we are treated like. What? So where are we going?
Well,
and why and how and who and what?
I'm scared to tell you now.
Where are we going?
Because it's related to the wall.
What?
It's related to the wall.
Why? Because of they?
They have our new channel. Or our old channel, excuse me.
The fucking entertainment show?
Not only will they not knock this wall down and make our studio bigger, because they took on this Entertainment Weekly channel.
They took our channel?
Which is going to be a complete fucking bust, by the way, in the end. They would not remove the wall to give us a few extra feet. We wanted the whole space. And then when Scott Greenstein said, well, we could give you about 8 feet. At that point, I'm like, great, we'll take anything at this point. And then they looked into it, and we learned that the wall will cost $500,000 to take down, which is a fucking solid, sweet fucking house for just about anyone listening.
I'm fuming. They want to get some of our casual listeners to instantly give them some audience that they just tuning in. That's absolutely what they're doing.
So, Entertainment Weekly, who has what we wanted, more space, will be on. Did it start today? I don't even know.
It does not start today.
When does it start? I don't even know.
I don't know what the official start date is.
Well, all the promotional material has been changed. It's out there. All the program guides have been changed.
Are they going to be on the same channel on both platforms?
Yeah.
What?
Meaning
they'll be on XM 105, Sirius 105.
Why couldn't we have been there then? This is a show. They've told us for years we couldn't be on the same channel number.
Because
for years they told us. And now there's a brand new thing, so it's not something that's been around for a while, that they are actually putting on the same channel on both
They'll say it has something to do with the older units and the pay system.
And the satellites and this and
that's what the answer is. It's,
see, but
you're a premium channel.
But they're just fucking, they're just making it harder and harder to keep an audience. I swear to you, I was telling Ant before the show, I finally have XM back in the house. Finally. Because I didn't want to deal with it anymore because we're lucky enough to have VIP accounts because we work here, but they shut off our VIP accounts because they don't know if we're working here anymore, I guess. So then
they can't find the channel.
What is it? I don't even know. Every 6 months, a year? I have no idea. All of a sudden, the unit stops working, and you got to go through this whole fucking thing to get it turned back on. So my thought was, fuck it. Even though I work here, fuck it. Fuck it. Because I'm from the school of thought, if it's not easy, I don't fucking want to deal with it. Period. That's how people, think in this world. If you don't make it really easy for me, then you don't want to deal, right? So anyway, long story short, though, after about 3 years, I finally got XM back in my house. I'm like, you know what? I work for the company. I might as well get XM in the house. But I have an XM in the house and a Sirius unit in the car, and it confuses the fuck out of me. Not just because of our channel. Oh, that's right, we're on 206 on Sirius. Oh, that's right, we're on 105 on XM. It's music channels and everything else also changes.
Do you fucking believe they're giving them 105 on both channels? I mean, of course I believe it. Of course.
So where are we going?
To 103.
103, and what's the other one we're on now?
Why couldn't they just give them 103 on both?
Right. Why? So we're 103 and what?
I don't know.
I think still 206.
But why, if they're making these changes, why can't they just do 103 for both of us, for us on both units?
We were told that you're still separate channels.
Why? We're supposedly a high-profile show for this place.
Holy mother!
But a brand new fucking channel starts up and they do it right. There'll be 105 on both.
This channel that you're listening to.
Yep.
Why are they doing this? And why weren't we in on the conversation?
Not even in on the conversation.
I found out through a listener.
We have our shit fuck meetings every once in a blue moon down the hall. Thank God it's only once in a blue moon. And the important things just fucking fly past us. I'm not meeting with anybody anymore. Why? It's useless. It's fucking useless. If they're not telling us shit like this in these meetings, then there's no need to go and fucking waste my fucking time sitting there listening to horse shit.
And I know the Radio Wizard gets really, really bummed that we beat the shit out of him. But then look what happens.
Take it to fucking upstairs. Kick it upstairs. I'm not listening to anyone. I'm not listening to Bladder. I'm not listening to fucking Radio Wizard or the other guy. I'm not listening to anyone anymore. Anyone.
Is Bob involved at all?
Here's my official statement. Don't approach me with anything anymore. I'm coming in at 6. I'm leaving at 10. I'm doing the show. And don't approach me with meetings or fucking ideas or anything. I know what's best for me in doing this show from 6 to 10. I know how to fucking do a radio show.
Right, us.
So
us.
I'm talking personally.
Us though.
Yeah, but no. I mean if it's your.
I'm just fucking with you.
But like as far as me personally goes, that's what I do. Anything else, talk to other people about it, because that's apparently what you do with the important things. I don't want to hear from them at all.
I just huff and puff and sigh every day after I leave.
I'm done.
Because I'm like, what now? I know how many times I've said what now?
Yeah.
And it's always some nonsense thing.
So they fucked us
103
on
the
this channel.
Spice channel. What's the Spice channel?
It's like porno radio. It's like Playboy radio, but dirtier.
Oh,
so why won't they take their channel and give them 103 across both?
Yeah.
Spice channel?
And of course, that bald dope down the hall won't even come on the air and discuss this.
That could be one of 10 people.
Off the air, we'll talk. No, we're not talking off air anymore.
I'm so done.
Explain to me why this went down without us knowing. What? You gotta make it hurt.
What's Sirius 103? What's Sirius 103? Because why couldn't they just give the entertainment thing 103 and leave us where the fuck we were?
Radio
sex? Yeah. Ooh, look out! You can't go on the internet and see fucking a horse fucking a woman in the asshole. Wait. Let's get the radio sex. Ooh.
We've been involved with
racy.
We've been involved with Sirius for 4 years. I never knew there was a channel called Radio Sex.
I didn't either.
What kind of losers are jacking to that?
No one.
No
what the
one.
Fuck's on Radio Sex?
It took over when they lost the deal with Playboy
But
Radio
who
went away.
listens to that shit?
And by the way, they're allowed to do way more than we're allowed to do.
So they didn't change that person's channel, this station, and give them at Entertainment Weekly 103. If they want
the
same numbers.
105.
Why wouldn't they give them 103 and leave us the fuck alone?
I don't know.
And why weren't we even allowed to discuss this?
I don't know.
Do you want me to tell you what they're going to say?
What?
Sure.
They would tell you that they're moving the channels around so that down more towards the 100s where you are, 103 area, that's going to be more male skewed. And then as you go higher...
2 channels higher! It's 105!
They overthink the stupidest shit instead of just doing basic logical things. Like, before you start thinking of that shit, how about you get your shows on the same channel on both fucking companies? That would be my number one thing I would do for this company if I was the CEO.
But they don't. They have
especially the high profile shows. Opie and Anthony. I know there's a new guy upstairs. I haven't met him yet. I hear he's really nice because whatever. It's a long story. But my kid plays with a kid that's father works here. Whatever. I hear he's a nice guy. But his first thing he should be doing is getting us on the exact same channel on both fucking units.
Yes.
And other shows, not just our show. There's
and
probably
keeping
other
us
shows.
there, not moving us around like vagabonds.
Oh, my God. Are they just trying to push us out slowly?
Wait. What?
Because part of me thinks they're just they're still embarrassed of the show, or they're slowly trying to push us out.
Yeah.
Because now what's coming in on the phones is I don't even get Channel 103.
Well, maybe they don't get it yet, but they will.
Why? What's on 103 right now?
Radio Sex.
No, we're not 103 on Sirius. Or is that XM? See, I don't know!
Where are we?
I don't know! What is 103? Radio Sex is 103 on what?
Sirius? It says it's a premium program, though. Radio Sex.
So wait, a premium program, probably, here's what they'll say. Well, because it's a Sirius premium program, it's able to go across the same number channel on both platforms. But because you're an XM program, it's nothing to do with the satellites and the older units.
Why?
It's just utter shit.
Why
It's bullshit.
Why after
They're
all
lying.
these years are they keeping this so complicated?
They're lying to us.
Not just for us, from a company standpoint. People don't want to think about shit. They don't want to have to think, where the fuck is my favorite fucking show? You got to make it as easy as possible for people.
How many times does Shade have to change their channel number?
Well, they've always been 45.
Oh, how about Howard's channel? How many times has that changed?
Zero.
Really?
Zero.
Really? Wow. What about Jay Thomas? What about what channels he's on? What channel's he on?
He's on Indie.
Yeah? How many times did that change?
Doesn't change often.
Wait, how many times have we changed? We've changed it.
Holy fuck!
This is our third.
Third change!
The third fucking channel.
You pieces of cunt!
What?
And Radio Sex is 103 on both platforms.
What is going on?
103 on both platforms.
Are they still embarrassed of the show? We proved ourselves years ago.
It's a premium channel, but it's 103 on both platforms.
Well, they'll say
So
it's a
how
premium
is that
channel.
possible?
Here's what they'll say. It's a Sirius premium channel. Now, Sirius premium channels like Howard's can go across both platforms, but an XM-based premium channel cannot go across.
So put us on Sirius.
Well,
It's the same company. It's the same company.
Well,
so make us serious.
Well, and that was the point Louis made recently, and we've also made. Like, who gives a fuck about the premium channels at this point? Take the fucking hit, because from a company standpoint, you're confusing the fuck out of your customers.
Oh, my God.
So take the hit, as much money as it brings in, that extra, what, $2 or whatever the fuck you have to do to get us on Sirius. Just get rid of all that shit and make it as easy as possible.
Oh, my God.
Make up the money some other way.
If it's the same company, and because we're on XM, we can't go on another channel because the premiums from XM don't translate to Sirius, then magically make us a Sirius show and have us premium there. And
You're allowed to do that now that the merger happened years ago. Years ago.
Company. So just, it's semantics at this point.
How about
make
giving
us Sirius?
How about giving us 103 on both platforms then?
Right.
I would take the move.
At least that's something, right?
If they gave us 103 on both platforms, I would take that move.
What's 103 on Sirius?
Sex. That's the radio sex.
I thought we thought that was XM.
That's both.
It's across both platforms.
But they can't do that for us.
No, because we're XM.
You own the company. You could figure that out.
Of course they could.
It's not like you have to call the guys from Sirius and go, hey, we want to make a little side deal with it. No, you own XM and Sirius, so you could do whatever. You could work this out.
Then again, if they were going to do that for us, I'm naive. If they were going to give us 103 on both, they would just have given us 105 on both. So they're not going to do that.
No, of course they're not going to do that. We're 206 for whatever reason.
We're the show that you could just change the channels around on. Look at this. We need to get the Entertainment Weekly on the same channel on both. What are we going with? 105? Oh, who's there? Opie and Anthony. Oh, yeah, fuck them. Let's just change their channel again.
Why do they treat a brand new show that hasn't even proven themselves, they haven't even broadcasted yet, way better than us?
We thought you knew this was happening.
No idea.
Of course you thought we knew. Why would you assume that management wouldn't have told us that our channel is changing?
It's not your responsibility.
Of course it's not.
It's not Travis's. It's not E-Rock's. It's not Sam's. Sal's just whatever.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, nothing's his responsibility.
I don't ever expect Sal to tell me something that I don't know already.
He's not allowed to.
There's something that we tell him he doesn't know yet.
Yeah.
Get it, Sal? I'm sorry.
But why? I mean, Entertainment Weekly, they figured it out for them. They got them on both fucking channels.
They're not premium.
Enough with this premium shit. Show me the numbers. How much money you're bringing in because we're a premium channel on Sirius.
God, did they just kick us and fucking treat us like shit?
Yeah. But again, because there's no agent involved either. That's looking out for shit. He's fucking. I like the guy a lot. I love him, but he's an absentee guy. He's in L.A. and he's worried about
absentee landlord.
He is. He is.
Oh my God. Now. I don't even want to fucking hear it. I don't want to hear the lies that will come out of their fucking mouths trying to explain this shit.
Is it lies or incompetence?
Blatant lying will come out of their mouths as to why they're doing this, and they'll have some convoluted, vague explanation as to why this had to be done like this, and try to word it in a way that makes it seem like, oh, you poor little retards can't understand. But believe me, this is how it had to be. I don't want to hear it.
XM's so lost in that merger.
Oh my God.
Did we lose in that merger.
If I see the retarded Lex Luthor walk down that fucking hall, I swear to God, I'm not saying a fucking word to him.
How about the Montreal trip? How's that coming for the festival?
That's going well, right?
There's some meetings. We should know something. Maybe Friday, maybe Monday.
What's today? We started May. Okay,
Today's
so
May
2 months beforehand. That's enough time to prepare. Fair enough.
And the bus tour, I'm sure you guys are having discussions about that, right?
Enough. Let's just stop
late
already.
Fall.
Let's stop already.
Late fall? It's on the calendar for late fall?
End of September.
Nice. 6 months after it was supposed to happen.
And Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny, right, sure. And the Tooth Fairy, and the bus trip. Sure.
And then, I mean, if you really want to get into this, there's people calling, bitching like crazy. This guy, James in Texas, when I bought my radio, I had to put a new radio in and new electronics to get you guys.
Oh, great. They got to jury rig it.
Why do some of these units don't have certain channels? I don't get it.
My dad pays for, Sirius XM in his car.
Right.
And he was adding online. Mm-hmm. And you would think that would just be like 2 clicks, right?
Oh, it should be the
like on a
easiest
website.
thing.
Now I have online, $3, whatever. Mm-hmm. He said it was the phone calls that he had to make
just to get an
online account.
The customer service is an abomination.
Well, it's
an abomination.
It was employee service.
It was voted one of the worst customer services in the country, right?
Yeah.
Made a big fucking article recently that we talked about.
But at least it's good news for EW.
Yeah, good for them. I'm glad I got screamed at last week for my rant. Screamed at. And because people took it personally when they shouldn't have, because it wasn't directed at them individually.
Yeah, but they don't even understand that in the end it just makes good radio.
Yeah, people liked it.
That people are losing their shit over something.
Do tell.
Just yelled at because it was...
The hashtag. Because you know how Jimmy went off on the hashtag and it made for really good radio.
Yeah.
He got yelled at.
And it wasn't
because they took it personally.
Wait, by them?
Yes.
It wasn't, you entertained. You didn't just laugh and walk away.
It wasn't even. It wasn't even the hashtag. It was the idea that what bothered me wasn't the hashtag. It was the fact. It was a whole Cheadle thing that he was in the mind of Disney. The Opie and Anthony show and Rotten Tomatoes Radio are on par. Because we took Ben Kingsley, so we couldn't get Don Cheadle. Disney was giving us one of two, because they're splitting them up across the platform. So I said, the rage of that whole thing came with if people on the outside see this show on par with Rotten Tomatoes Radio, that is the fault of the company. We can't change that on the air because we don't get casual listeners anymore. Like, you used to get accidental people falling on you.
Sure.
And we don't get that. We are, I hate to say preaching to the converted, but that's what we're doing. We're talking to listeners who are already here. Mm-hmm. So the only way to change that perception is in the company's hands to change it. They refuse to do it. They never will do it. So the fact that happened, the fact that Disney said to Roland and to this show, you can't get Cheadle because you have Ben Kingsley already booked. And we're only giving you one of the two because they're promoting the same movie. The fact that we're looked at as the same as Rotten Tomatoes Radio is all you need to know about the way this company promotes the show. And it's never going to change. So that was my whole point. But they got mad at me. Bladder got mad at me. And it's like, I like him personally. He knows that. It's like he just took it like I was fucking shitting on him. But it's like I really wasn't.
Who cares?
But I'm just saying, that was,
Oh, I know, but who cares?
That's where it all, But
hashtags.
But look at this. Is
the
what's
hashtag's
happening.
working out well, man. I'm going through my Twitter right now.
Yeah.
That hashtag is. Oh, that's right. No one's using it.
And it's not even something we didn't ask for the hashtag, right?
Well, it's also but we don't need it.
But it tells you a lot about what goes on around here. A hashtag for the show, and you put it on the pad data. All right, that's cool. Yeah. But it's called just a throwaway.
Right.
But to them, they had meetings and
my God, yeah.
They had like stuff printed out for me to look at. Like, well, what do you think? It's going to look like this, but we can make it look like this. But we're not even sure we want to say Opie and Anthony. We're thinking maybe O&A, or maybe Opie with that ampersand or whatever the fuck you call it, and Anthony. They had all different versions, and I'm like, who cares? In the end, it doesn't matter. It's just a throwaway. But I did say it has to be Opie and Anthony because a bunch of these idiots thought O&A was good enough, and I said no. O&A is what the hardcores know us as. But if you're trying to brand it and get more people to fucking actually listen to the show, you have to go with the full names, which is Opie and Anthony. Hey, that's what I said to him. Well, that's good because they were arguing about the fact. So much discussion about a dumb hashtag.
I'm stunned here at this point.
And in the end, it's nice and it helps us a little bit, but it really is one of those throwaway things. I mean, Real Issues is getting us a bigger fucking studio, getting us on the same channel on both Sirius and XM. Those are real issues that you could probably, help us out with, which would really, really help in the end.
It's never going to happen, and I think we have to accept that as a show. For real, I'm not being radio. It's never going to happen. They're never going to do it. Proof is this. It just looked like they give Entertainment Weekly the priority over this show.
Right,
they're giving them what we want across both
Seems
boards.
like it, but they'll say no because they're not a premium channel for Sirius, so that's why it was easy to just do that for them.
Yeah.
But you own both companies. So if it's easy to just put us on the exact same channel in both fucking units.
Yep.
Yeah.
You own the company. You don't have to fucking answer to anybody. You're the guy.
Yep.
Unfucking believable.
You're the guy.
Unfucking believable.
Because there was a time, I think, through the merger that they couldn't really fuck with too much of the programming at first. It was some weird fucking, thing that was part of the merger at first, I think. But not anymore. They own both fucking companies.
It's years later.
Yeah.
This is a just fucking treat us like shit fucking moment right here.
It's
with
not
this channel thing. Treat us like shit.
It's that we got the wrong guys overseeing the channel to begin with.
Absolutely.
And we have an agent that's been asleep at the wheel for a long fucking time. And
I don't even want to fucking see them. I don't even want to see them anymore. It's useless.
I really don't understand it. I mean, at times they show that we're like a very important show for the company, and then they don't even do the basic shit right.
They just fucking.
They have zero interest in furthering the show. That's all it is.
Change the fucking channel number. Imagine you're a fucking sitcom on a network, and fucking all of a sudden you come in and. Like, you don't even know that they were changing your day to fucking Thursday? To Tuesday or something. Like, you'd be like, what? It shows a complete lack of any respect for anybody in this room.
I don't even think it's a respect thing. I think you got guys that are so inexperienced, they don't even understand what this means in the end.
The basics of management?
Yes.
That's a basic,
yes.
Hey, you tell the guys what's going on.
I swear to you, I think it's more to do with inexperience.
Oh. Well, then don't come and fucking rag on us like you do have experience and knowledge about anything. The second I get a fucking sideways look from one of those cocksuckers, I've had it. That's it. I don't even want to talk to them. I'm done. And if they get mad at me for not going to meetings, then take it upstairs. Take it to a higher source, and I'll explain to them why I'm not going to a meeting. I'm sure they'd love to hear why I'm not going in the same room and hanging out in a little chat with you guys. If you want to fuck yourself like that, then let me talk to someone upstairs. Because that would be, it wouldn't bode well for you. It wouldn't look good for your side as to why I don't want to meet with you. Because they'd go, what? Really? That's what they're doing? Yeah. Hey, can you believe it?
Yeah, they have every right to move us to, where are we going?
103 and 206.
103 and 206.
I know it's the whole double it. What channel are you on? 103. Where are you on Sirius? Double it. That'll be the whole thing. Just double it.
God.
That's a great line, but I swear to you, that's probably their logic.
Right.
In the end, that just might be their logic. Well, 103. Oh, times 2, that's 206. Okay.
Times great. You got to do math to listen. That's what I like. When you need mathematics involved in your fucking listening to a show.
A lot of people saying they don't get 103.
Yet
Are they going to get 103?
I'm sure they will.
But I don't know because no one has talked to us about this.
And to be fair, for all the casual listeners you're losing, you'll be picking up all the casual radio sex listeners.
Yeah, great.
So Entertainment Weekly gets our casual listeners.
Right.
And we get the perverts.
Do you want me to run down and ask real quick what's going on? I could just
There's going to be, here's what's going to happen.
Is he even here?
I don't know.
Here's what's going to happen. They're going to launch with their big morning show over there at Entertainment Weekly. And there's going to be people that just have us on, like they do every morning. And then there'll be a morning show, and they'll just be listening like, what's this? What's that? And they won't change this. It's not that important to them.
Nope.
So they get a built-in initial audience. They don't have to start from zero.
No.
They get that built-in initial Opie and Anthony fucking audience.
Right.
And we get sex radio.
They'll get a lot of our people just sampling the new show.
Right.
The casual listeners, especially, that don't care enough to go, whoa, wait, they're gone. I got to go
bet
find
that
them.
was calculated. So they get an initial fucking little boost. And believe me, if you think this is just for the air, I don't want to talk to them. Don't fucking bother coming down the hall at the end of this program to have a little meeting. I've had it with talking to them. You want me to talk to somebody? I'll fucking talk to Scott or anyone above Scott. I'm done dealing with the minion, with the incompetent minion that supposedly runs this fucking channel. Had it.
We got good news coming in from John.
Oh, yeah?
John in Mississippi. John.
Yeah.
Go ahead, buddy.
Hey, man. I just wanted to tell you, there's some other channels that have changed, and they've been showing it all week long, what channel they're changing to and the date.
Wait, we don't even have promos running on this channel saying we're going to move to 103? Do we have? We don't even have promos, E-Rock?
We have them ready.
What? Like 3 different other
We have them ready.
Well, why haven't they been playing since the second they knew we were changing?
We have them ready.
Yeah, we have them ready to go.
So when are they going to decide to start playing these things? If other channels are already playing, fucking
why? What happened? I'm stuck here.
It's May 8th, by the way, guys, so you'll know.
I swear to you, I didn't know that. So now another listener is telling us when the change happens.
May 8th?
May 8th.
That's a lot sooner than you guys were saying.
So when you start running the promos immediately?
We've had them ready for 2 weeks.
So why are they waiting?
What are they waiting for?
Wait, we've had them ready for 2 weeks.
Promos.
How come we didn't know about it? That Travis is getting a text saying something different.
What?
I'm being told that they discussed this with you.
When?
I don't know. All I was told was...
I have no recollection of them telling us this.
So you're saying the 3 of us, me, Jimmy, and Opie, have no recollection of us being told that we're changing channels.
That's correct.
But they told us we are.
They absolutely did not tell us.
I think that's
we
crazy
stood in the
shit,
studio and discussed this move with all 3 of them.
When?
I don't know.
And they're telling us they told us Entertainment Weekly is taking your channel?
No, you didn't.
Well, I don't know about that part.
Oh.
Maybe just the channel change.
Because I would have had these concerns about audience.
And why yeah, I would have too. Why 103?
Oh, I have no idea.
Could you ask this idiot that won't come on the fucking air with us?
I think the idea is that they're moving a few channels around. They're introducing Entertainment Weekly and Comedy Central Radio. And so they want to push you guys down a couple channels to keep you in that sort of male skewed.
We're
already on 105.
No, 105 starts to get towards the females.
2 channels up?
No,
so 103?
It's in the entertainment category, which is weird too. Because shouldn't we be in the comedy category? Well, we're not bitching. We are a funny show.
Yeah.
Why are we still in the entertainment category?
Technically, we're neither.
Yeah, I think initially, I think you used to be in the comedy category, and then they moved to entertainment.
Of course they did.
Because
it's talk and entertainment.
Yeah.
I asked why 103, by the way. I'll see if I get an answer.
How about he comes on the air? Is he here?
No, he's not here yet.
Why would you be here at 7 o'clock if your whole job is to oversee the Opie and Anthony show? Why would you? Not that we want to see you more, but logically, wouldn't that make sense? If you're overseeing Opie and Anthony, then you get here when the guys get here. Not every once in a while, and then poke your head in like, hey, I'm here. Hey, what's up? Oh, good for you. You decided to come in early for once every 3 months.
Pop-Tarts.
If I was told.
Yeah, and then they throw Pop-Tarts at us because they think we like Pop-Tarts because me and Ann have a Pop-Tart every... How many times do we have a Pop-Tart in a quarter?
Once in a blue moon.
But to them, they think we have Pop-Tarts every morning. So when they come in early every once in a while, they'll throw Pop-Tarts at me.
Like children.
Rob stopped bringing Pop-Tarts.
Well, good. He should have.
Gary says Sam is generally right about 103.
That's what I thought, yeah. That they're trying to just not like...
But the only move
the
only move we want to hear is that we finally figured out you're on the same channel on both Sirius and XM, making it much easier for the listener to keep up with you guys.
Because everyone else, they're magically able to fucking do this and put them on the same channel.
Because, I mean, I bet you if you took a survey, a lot of these people do have one, at least one of each.
Yeah, especially with
so it
different
is confusing
car
to them
having different deals with Sirius and XM,
Right.
Like you said, you could have XM in your house and Sirius in your car because that's what you have to have in your car.
Hey, during this magical meeting we had about this channel change, where we all seem to have amnesia about it, what did I say when you told me? What did I say about why? Did I ask why? Did I just go, did you say, hey, we're changing your channel? And I went, okay! and that was it? Or did I ask why? And when I asked why, what was your answer? Did you say, because Entertainment Weekly is taking it? And then I went, okay! What happened? Don't just tell me you told us. Give me an indication as to how I was there, what I said, what Opie said, what Jimmy said. We didn't just accept it. So tell us what happened and how you appeased us by explaining why we were doing that. Because you know why? Because we weren't told. Bullshit.
A lot of people saying they don't get 103. So could you write that idiot about that, and also write him about when were we going to start promoting the fact that we're moving? Because a lot of people are saying that on the pad data and everything. Everywhere else, they're basically promoting the fact that certain channel's moving. Does that make sense?
I'll ask when.
Okay. The other channels that are moving are advertising that they're moving.
Yeah, on the pad data and audio wise, they're running promos.
What's he saying?
I don't know.
Are we getting the same channel on both platforms?
No.
But I think XM 103 and Sirius.
We were told that. We were told that, Jimmy. Where were you? Remember?
That's right. They did tell us. Not only are you not getting the studio, but Entertainment Weekly is taking the space you wanted, and they're going to get the channel you're on now.
And we don't remember that?
No, I don't remember
we would have just went, yeah, cool. And forgot about it?
I don't think the Entertainment Weekly aspect was ever met, because this is the first we're hearing
they
about
knew it. They must have known where the channel was going.
I'm going to, in their defense, say something.
Uh-oh.
There's so, and I truly mean this. They could have very easily told us all this. To be fair, but they say so much bullshit and throw so much dumb shit at us that never happens that a lot of times we do just go yeah because we know in the end it's not going to happen. Like the bus trip.
That's late September.
But
I told you about that with my wife. She's like, when are you going away for a week? She's cool and all, but
did you just start laughing?
Well, she's got to make plans, because we got 2 kids. We don't have a lot of family around, so you got to really figure out, to get some extra help if I'm on the road for a week. And I go, oh, God, that thing? I go, that ain't happening. That's exactly what I told her. I go, that ain't happening.
Yeah.
Promotion begins today.
Of course it does, because we're bitching.
Oh, stop it.
Of course. Of course it starts today, because we're bitching.
Why didn't it start earlier? Don't just write promotion starts today.
Because other channels
have start earlier.
Not sure why or if other channels went early.
Why didn't it start weeks ago? Why?
If all the production was done, that should have went on the air immediately.
Right. They don't want to confuse the listeners, I'm sure, because the listener hears a promo, they only hear half of it.
The listeners are already fucking dizzy and confused.
The show is confused.
You don't want to tell them things too far ahead. They'll forget.
Holy shit! Yeah, so you give them 6 days. Advance notice.
6 hours.
No, that's a big deal, and that's something you got to really hammer for a long time.
Especially if the channel that doesn't exist on some of the radios right now.
Right.
Oh, my God.
He's also saying that the same conversation was about the worst of on the Indie Channel, so maybe if that's ringing a bell. This was discussed at the same time.
Okay. So the Indie Channel, did that start yet?
Yes.
I have no idea.
Oh.
Not because I don't care enough.
Yes, it's been on for about 3 to 4 weeks.
Okay, and my point, does anyone remember my point about the time slot? I said it was a shitty time slot.
Yes, I remember you saying that.
And with football right around the corner, it's going to be an even shittier time slot. What is it, first of all? They give us an hour on Indy a week or something, 2 hours? I don't even know. 3?
2 hours. It's Sundays, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern.
And it's been running for 3 to 4 weeks. Back to my point, which I said the day they told me the time slot, I go, it's a shitty time. No, it's a really good time slot. No, it's not. It's a shitty time slot. I know our listeners, no one's up that early. Trust me, I'm up early because I got kids, and I can't talk to anyone on Twitter because no one's up yet. I see Ant's last tweet, and then I fucking tag, and then I'm up at 6 in the morning till noon. People start fucking tweeting me around noon. Okay? The point being, it's a shitty time slot, and with football around the corner, it's going to be an even shittier time slot. It's been on the air 3 to 4 weeks?
Yes, I'd say
I
4 weeks.
swear to you, and I want to ask everyone else in the room, I have gotten 0 tweets about the fact that we're on the Indie Channel. 0. And if I fucking pick my nose, I get 1,000 tweets, okay? They're in our lives and in our business all the fucking time, our fans. They're passionate and they're hardcore. Not one fucking tweet that we're even on there going, hey, this is kind of cool that I get to hear you on, on Sirius on the Indie Channel. And the reason is because it's a throwaway. No one's fucking listening during that time. Have anyone tweet you about being on the Indie Channel?
Not a peep. By the way, the promos are running today. They're starting today. Yeah. E-Rock says the promos for the channel changes are not in the log, which means they weren't scheduled for today.
Of course not. They're trying to cover their ass.
When were they going to? They weren't going to start today. Stop it. Another lie. When were they going to start?
I don't know, but I have a feeling they'll be inserted ASAP.
Exactly.
But they said they start today, but that's now E-Rock's catching them in another lie because it would be in the log already.
It would be in the log.
But they'll go, I don't know why they didn't put it in the log.
Oh, God.
Because none of these guys will take responsibility for any of this shit.
Incompetence. Fuck.
E-Rock is the truth police.
Yeah.
If you go to 103 today, it says May 9th, it's going to change.
To what?
Does it mention to what?
I don't know. There's just people fucking calling in.
Everybody should have 103 by the time the channel changes. I don't think that's going to...
Well, that's great that people don't even have the channel we're going to now. We're starting all over again. This is great.
Yeah, it knocks down our audience. It absolutely does.
Does.
And don't tell me it doesn't, because you don't know. You might know 10% what I know about radio, so shut the fuck up. I just humor you and look you in the eye like, oh, okay. You don't know shit. Because I paid attention since I was 18 years old as far as this business goes.
It's definitely going to knock our audience down.
I guarantee you that we lose a chunk of our audience and we have to rebuild.
Yes.
I guarantee that. And don't tell me differently because you don't know crap. Or you'd be on the fucking radio making a shitload of money instead of making nothing and fucking overseeing this shit. God.
Just fucking crap. Ugh. Ugh. Disgusted.
Oh. I have to piss.
Oh my God.
It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Sure. Give me another salary. I'll oversee this fucking thing. No problem. But the salary is going to be another big fucking nut. And I'll oversee this fucking channel. I have no problem doing that if you pay me. Because these guys are useless.
We also oversee Radio Sex.
I didn't even bring to the show that I did a photo shoot for my college newspaper or magazine. Gary actually showed me 4 pictures they're considering using, and they were photoshopping a little bit, a little touch up.
Sure.
He showed me 2 pictures.
Your neck is long.
I swear to you, it looked like I had a facelift, and he actually presented these as possible pictures that they would put on a front cover of a college newspaper. I'm like, are you? What's wrong? I go, what's wrong with you?
No. Yeah.
It looked like a facelift because they just erased all lines.
Right. They just looks like those promo shots from Toddlers and Tiaras.
And then I called him out on it. He's like, he actually said, and he'll probably say differently, well, I don't think they look that bad. I go, it doesn't look like me. It looks like me with a facelift.
Yeah.
Why would I want to put that out in the world?
Oh, my God.
Like, they can't do anything right.
Nothing. Everything just gets screwed up.
We went from having Eric Logan overseeing us to idiots that have never done this type of radio. They're good music guys. All of them are good music guys. I don't know why that means they would be good at overseeing an edgy talk show.
Yeah.
Fucking pick out the next college radio hit. Great. Good for you. See this guy. You guys are on the Indie channel? Yes. But no one knows that. Did we even run a promo on this channel saying we're on the Indie channel?
No. I don't think so.
No, why would Oh, it'll run today. Quick, get something.
I'm a casual listener since NEW. If they change it, it's going to be hard to find, and I'll cancel my subscription. Yeah, we know all that.
Yeah.
I know all that.
Because some people don't know. They'll just tune in. We won't be there. They'll assume we got fired or quit.
Or they don't care enough.
Or they don't care enough. Right.
If you don't make it easy, they don't care enough to go search us out.
Yes.
The hardcore, certainly. They'll always be with us. We know that. And we know most of them by name at this point.
Yeah, like CNN used to be Channel 10 on Time Warner, and then they moved it. I don't know.
That is a great point.
I don't know where it is.
There's a bunch of channels that have moved on my Time Warner that I
don't care enough to find.
I don't care enough to find anymore. You're absolutely right.
I go to Fox News because I know where that is.
You're absolutely right.
When the promos start running
today, because it was always scheduled to run today.
Won't the people with Sirius radios be confused if the channel's not changing? You know what I mean? Because the Sirius channel stays the same, but the XM channel changes.
Yeah, well.
But the Sirius listeners will hear the promo.
Good luck figuring that one out.
And they'll be like, what? What happened to my radio sex?
Radio sex.
Radio sex. Ooh, what do they talk about? Look out.
Sex bagels.
Oh, God. Nagel the bagel.
Radio sex. What do they do on that? And are they Playboy?
No.
No, that's different.
There's one channel. Playboy Radio is one channel, and then Radio Sex is another channel.
Why not make them both Playboy channel?
No. 2 sex channels.
Why? And what's their big benchmark show at Radio Sex?
It's YouPorn. The 2 biggest names in the history of adult cinema, Ginger Lynn and Christy Canyon, take you on a daily ride through a circus of sex.
Great. Fucking 2 old ladies.
Ew.
2 fucking old ladies now.
2 old bags.
2 old bats are fucking going to try to be all sexy.
Are going to try to give you a turgid cock.
Man, are they clueless.
Yuck. What do you mean? That is the worst description for a show ever.
Terrible.
Well, that's that's the morning show / afternoon show.
Just picture the fucking Sex in the City Samantha conversations. That's probably what the whole thing is. Guess what I did last night? I sucked off the bellhop at a hotel.
You can listen to Naughty Gamers.
What is Naughty Gamers?
Well, with porn stars Alana Evans and Missy Martinez, they explore the sexy side of adult video gaming.
Wow, what niche are they trying to latch onto there? Adult video gaming?
Yes.
What the fuck is that?
Name one.
Lounge Lizard Larry?
Name one adult video game.
Leisure Suit Larry.
Leisure Suit Larry? That was it. Leisure Suit Larry.
All right, what's the next program that comes on?
A Date with Destiny.
Okay, that sounds good.
Her name Destiny?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Here's the description. Have you ever put your dick in somewhere it didn't belong? confess it to Destiny every week on Date with Destiny. Yes,
Date with Density. I put my dick somewhere, Density.
It's Destiny. I put my dick somewhere else this week.
Yeah. How many times a week is that on?
That's once a week, Tuesdays at midnight. Oh, I'm sorry. With rebroadcast Tuesdays at 2 a.m., 6 a.m., 5 p.m., 9 p.m., Saturdays at 7 p.m., and Mondays at 2 a.m.
Oh,
Eastern
okay.
time.
That's easy. If you're a fan of Date with Destiny, good luck trying to figure out when the fucking show's on.
Somewhere it didn't belong. Is that like rape?
Yeah. I put my dick somewhere it didn't belong, and I'm in jail.
It happens. Like To Catch a Predator.
Oh, Uncle Paul. Yeah.
There's Late Night Love. These are the casual listeners that you guys will be picking up.
Yeah, that's true.
We're going to pick up a lot of perverts.
All the listeners from Late Night Love.
We're going to pick up a lot of kid touchers. Great. Thank you. That's what we get from this company. Thank you.
What is that, like love lines?
Well, ever want to have your cake and eat it too? Kieran and Kirsten will teach you how to. Plus, he's the only man in the world with a penis insured for $1 million.
They spelled too wrong.
They spelled too wrong.
They spelled it T-O-O.
We'll teach you how to. It's not teaching you how as well. It's the wrong too.
How also?
You can make that mistake on Twitter, but you probably shouldn't make that mistake on your website.
Not on the official description for your show.
What other shows are we going to get the overflow audience?
Sex Pro Adventures, which airs Wednesdays at midnight.
This sounds good.
And then rebroadcasts Wednesdays at 2 a.m., 6 a.m., 5 p.m., 9 p.m., Saturdays 6 a.m., Sundays 4 a.m., and 10 p.m.
It's like someone just fired a shotgun at a clock.
They're all about just confusing the fuck out of their customers.
Yes!
I don't
those
get
T-shirt
it.
cannons.
Yeah,
Just
It would be better to say, I don't know, check your local listing for when the show is on.
Right.
You can't just throw a whole bunch of different weird times at
It's a crapshoot.
at the fucking listener.
if Mean Bitch and You Porn fucked and had a baby.
I love that analogy.
Oh, yes.
On crack.
On crack is a good one, right?
Okay, this is, again, grammatically incorrect because it's past and then
Yeah.
future tenses. Okay, so if they fucked and had a baby, it will be called.
Oh, God. It would be.
I think the lady who answers the customer service calls is writing these descriptions.
Yeah.
It will be called Sex Pro Adventures. I'll be getting.
What?
It says, I'm reading this right. Yeah. I'll be getting the best of both worlds every week.
What?
It's you, apostrophe
ILL.
UIL.
That's an I. I'll be getting the best of both worlds every week on Sex Pro Adventures.
Oh.
When's that on?
That's on Wednesdays at 12 a.m. And then the rebroadcast is Wednesday at 2 a.m., 6 a.m., 5 p.m., 9 p.m., Saturday at 6 a.m., Sundays 4 a.m. and 10 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, that's good. That doesn't confuse anybody.
This would be good for Anthony. Chocolate Radio.
Chocolate Radio.
Yep. Chocolate Radio is where radio sex has been dipped in chocolate.
What does that mean? Black shit?
Yeah, it's a black woman.
Okay. Yeah.
So radio sex has been dipped in chocolate and into the dark places of your mind with Naomi Banks.
That sounds
with 3
good.
X's.
Nice. Triple X.
That sounds great.
These are the people we're going to be getting.
Yeah.
As opposed to Entertainment Weekly Radio, who'll be getting our morning show audience.
Yeah, at first, certainly. And a bunch of them will leave us for good. Just how it works.
True.
We will absolutely lose listeners.
Yeah. Didn't Jimmy have to go pee-pee?
I do, desperately, yes.
Yeah. Why don't we
break? We got Mark here, too, and then we got...
Where's Mark Maron?
He's in the office.
Nice. Mark Maron up next. Stay there.
With your testicles, and look what I've done. This conveniently shaped vial contains an elixir which will increase the metabolism of anyone who drinks it. Can you imagine? This could eliminate the worldwide obesity epidemic permanently.
No, let me see.
No. Well, I suppose if you're careful, there's just the one, and...
Say, this would fit perfectly. In mein Heini?
No! No! No!
It's in mein Heini.
Well, at least it's still intact. Now, give it back.
Here you go.
No! My elixir! It's all over the ceiling! Epstein! You... Well, back to the drawing board, I suppose.
Opie and Anthony. This is the Opie and Anthony Show.
I want to say good morning to Mark Maron.
Hello, fellas.
Mark.
Who's in the middle of a very interesting story.
I know,
Yeah, really.
I would love to hear. The podcast we put up yesterday was live from Vancouver, and the way it was recorded by some idiot up there, I don't know, there was a problem with it. Like, it only came out, like, it won't work in mono, it only comes out, whatever. We fixed it, I think. But the Vancouver show's got about, Margaret Show did about 10, 15-minute one-woman show on my dick to my face.
Really?
We fucked once.
Oh, you did?
Once.
Once?
It was like right before I started seeing Jessica, the girl I'm with now. But she came over. We did the podcast. We were like, there's been sort of an elephant in the room for 25 years.
Really?
Yeah. Should we do this? She's like, yeah, maybe we should. So it was that kind of thing, and it was good. It was like, all right, we got closure.
Was it awkward going into it, like because you were friends first? Was it awkward starting with the kissing, or did it just kind of?
I don't know. Is it ever? I mean, I think it was a couple of sex addicts getting some resolution is what it was. You know how that goes, right? It's like let's do it. And it went pretty well. It was a little odd. When you realize you know somebody 25 years, you're like, hey, we're just a couple of middle-aged people trying to get something back here. And
wait, was there ever an attraction that was just building up over the years?
What happened was once years ago when we were up in San Francisco, they did those Comics Come Home specials.
Sure,
The Dennis Lee hosted the Cam Neely things, or he produced them or whatever. And there was one year where I was literally just following her around. I think I might have still been drinking, and I was just like, I'm gonna fuck her. This is gonna happen. When you got it in your head, it's not in their head at all. But you're gonna follow them around
until they see it your way.
Right. So I was just all night, just like, hey, what's up? What are we doing? What are we? To the point where I think I followed her to her hotel room. Like, I'm gonna walk you back to your room. We're all in the same hotel. Yeah. And she opens the door, and I walk in with her, and she just looks at me, and she just kisses me on the mouth, like, big old, like tongues and everything. And she goes, is that what you needed? Are we done?
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, I guess so. And that was it.
That was it.
So, like, this is a long time coming, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's about, but anyway, so we do the show in Vancouver. I don't think she's going to bring that shit up. And I'm like, what do you want to talk about? She's like, I got this going on. And she's like, maybe we shouldn't talk about it. And I'm like, yeah, probably not. I mean, I got a girlfriend now and everything.
No.
And we get out on stage, and right out of the gate, it's 10 minutes. It wasn't a bad 10 minutes. She was saying I had a big dick. All right.
That's not bad.
Right. So what am I going to do? Please, could you not?
Hey, not going to stop talking about my big dick. Right.
Yeah. I would assume Mark's packing because he has big dick guy confidence.
Really?
Really?
I think I got a fat one. I think it's got some girth to it. It's not long. I don't have any problems with that.
Well, who had she been fucking beforehand? That's really key. Like, if she just came out of a fucking long-term relationship
A woman.
with an...
No, I have no idea. I have no idea. It was embarrassing, though, because I don't talk about that shit.
Right, yeah.
So there I am in a live situation. There's nothing you can do. And she's like, oh, my, for 10 minutes.
And that's the last segment you want an audio problem with.
Yeah, right.
The girls talk about how big your dick is.
Right. So the thing goes out yesterday about, I don't know, not a lot of people. There's some problem with they're writing me saying there's a problem. Like, my dick fucked up the internet.
I can't wait to listen.
I fixed it.
Good,
it was embarrassing, but again, you're not going to stop. So please don't.
Right. Right.
She has. I only met Margaret once. We don't know
Is
each
she
other at
sexy?
all. When I met her, she was really sexy. She was warming up the Louis Anderson show or something. This is like late 90s. And she had really bigger tits than I thought. She was really, she was sexy, man, And that was the only time I ever interacted with her. But I was like, I definitely see why guys would like her.
She's definitely sexy. And, and she's, she's out there, too. She's, she's...
Right.
She's a little out there. Because she's one of those people. She's married, and I don't know. I think how it shifted. They had one of those relationships for a while, and then they don't. I don't know how the fuck people do that.
No, I can't imagine that.
Do you understand how people do that?
Open relationships.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. Yeah.
When you come home and go, how was everything today? Well, I fucked that lady at work.
Right.
Oh, good for you. How was that? Tell me about it. You get a picture with your phone? I mean, what do you do?
Yeah, there's a lot of people into that too, man. They're totally cool with it.
Yeah, have you seen swingers? Not an attractive bunch by and large.
I don't know. I don't know how you live your life that way, but
it just seems to like then why be in the relationship at all?
I just don't know what the relationship is built on.
Right.
It's
not built on complete jealousy and shallow sexual attraction.
Yeah, if you can't honestly go, who are you fucking?
Right.
And with that amount of anger and that tone, where's the love?
I do like the fact that they feel there has to be certain rules set up.
Right.
So it's like, you're not allowed to fuck anyone between 6 and 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Like because they need some type of
rules. No
rules.
coming in people.
Right. Yeah.
no kissing.
That's
You've heard
right.
that over the years.
Yeah.
No
And only I jerk you off with the left hand. Don't let any other girl jerk you off with the left hand. That's our special thing.
Those are our boundaries.
You
have to. That's ridiculous.
It is. It's stupid.
Mark, do comics thank you or what? You showed them the way. Every comic is doing a podcast now, and you have to be the godfather of podcasting.
Oh,
you have to. I remember years ago you were doing our show saying, I'm thinking of doing this thing.
Yeah.
Fast forward a few years.
Not
only is your thing fucking huge, they talked about it in the New York Times and Rolling Stone and all this shit. Every comic is now doing what you started.
I don't know if they thank me, and I like to think.
Do you feel good or bad about that?
It depends who you're talking about.
And not only are they doing it, they really followed your exact fucking format.
Well, Pete Holmes actually shamelessly says he stole my entire show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right. But he says it to my face, and then he laughs, and you're like, okay, what do you do with that? Yeah. I stole your show. Like, all right, well, I guess there's... But the truth, this to be true as well, is like no one invented interviewing. I'm just talking to people, so you're going to bring your own thing to it.
Right.
And I'd like to feel proud that I inspired a lot of people, but in my mind, what they said was like, hey, fucking Maron can do it.
Anyway, this is
not
easy.
Like, he did a great thing. Let's try to do what he did. It's like, hey, if that idiot, he's been around for 20 years. And, I hope they don't think it's some sort of fast track to success. I just lucked into something. My timing was good. There were guys doing it before me.
Well, but you had an Air America gig, and then you were kind of like just hanging out, and then you built this. It's kind of cool to see it build from absolutely nothing into something that's really listened to.
But who was doing it before you?
Corolla, Kevin Smith.
Oh, well, Corolla was a radio guy that just moved over to
Jimmy Pardo. Jimmy Dore and Todd Glass had a show. There were, I can't claim to be the first podcasters. Then there's podcasters before podcasters, when podcasters were just guys in a building that invented podcasting, talking to each other.
Right.
And of course, they're like, we were the ones. Like, you didn't even listen to yours.
All right, fair enough. But you brought it to a whole new level.
No, I think that I helped the
and
medium.
It's incredibly successful.
Yeah, we're doing all right. Things are going well.
I need to know numbers.
Okay, I can tell you numbers.
You will tell me numbers.
Like on average, right out of the gate, over time, most episodes get between 350 and 400,000 downloads. All right, but that's over time. So like initially, they get between 250, 300,000 downloads.
So your next podcast will definitely do 250 to 300,000. Right out of the gate.
Yeah, give it a week or so. I think it kind of builds, and then people come back.
Then your fans are like, all right, well, now I want to check out a couple other podcasts I missed, and that's what brings up the other numbers.
Right, and every time, and I try to make them as evergreen as possible. I mean, like when I left Air America, when that was the beautiful thing. When I hear you guys having management problems, I mean, at least you're not on fucking terrestrial. I mean, you never know when, like those guys, the last gig I had over there, I think I talked to you about this. I was doing some streaming video show with Sam Cedar because they agreed to pay the money I needed to get out of the divorce. So I did that, and they fired us and they didn't take our security cards away or our office. Now, that's progressive politics. Hey, we'll fire the guys, but they're still on contract. Let them hang around.
Well, that never happens.
No.
Don't take their cards away.
Yeah.
But the best thing I ever did, I think, was get out of talk. I don't talk about politics at all, and just keep them all evergreen. That's the point I'm trying to make. So if anyone hears the show, they can pretty much go back to any of them, and they're not going to be dated. They're not going to be.
I remember when you were going through that.
Idea.
I remember when you were going through that transition because a lot of people knew you as you're hilarious, but a political guy. And I remember you.
Holy shit! Took a long time to get rid of that.
Well, we were trying to push you on stuff, and you could see like your lip quivering. You wanted to, and you were biting yourself, but then. You're like, no, man, I'm changing my whole fucking image, and you did.
Well, it was just that, there's no way, no matter what side of the aisle you're on there's no way to be a divider. There's no way, like, you can't, literally, if that's your racket, you can't attract regular people, from the right or the left. Because you're going to piss off someone, like, I don't want to listen to politics, and I'm progressive, but I want whatever.
Right.
That guy's a fucking liberal fag. I'm not going to, you know what I mean? So I don't, I just talk about the existential, I just talk about the despair of being me.
Right.
The struggle of waking up. Right? Then politics, like, and also after doing politics for a year and a half or two, you realize, like, you're just carrying water for somebody. No one's a genius. You're just regurgitating someone else's bullshit.
Yes.
And then one day you wake up and you're like, I have no original ideas. I just keep I've read all these talking points, and I think I've been, made them my own. And then you get disillusioned with the whole process because you realize nothing gets done.
You read one book and you think you're an expert.
Oh, or 3 books or parts of them.
Back in the day, I would go to Barnes and Noble. I was reading a political book every other week, and I'm like, what am I doing? You're right. They're not my thoughts.
Yeah, it's difficult. I realize I was a pretty angry guy no matter what. So why not just talk about the real shit? I try to keep it because I think that. Existential fury is timeless.
Right.
Politicians come and go, but the struggle of being you will remain until the end.
Yep.
Well, I'm not listening to a lot of podcasts, but I certainly listen to yours. Mark Maron's podcast is great.
And you got
it really is great.
Plug the book too. I didn't know you had a book until I literally walked in. It was sitting on the desk. It's called Attempting Normal. And there's going to be some book signings starting May 12th in Portland. I guess go to your website for that. Or
WTFpod.com. It's funny because when I wrote this book, I thought about you, Jim, because Jim would I'd see him at the cellar. He'd just be typing away. I'm working on my book, but there's a chapter there. Like I thought about you and about being a comic and about what you write about. And it's not a through line. They're essays, but they're the full picture. And I literally have 2 experiences with prostitutes in my life. That's it, 2. And I'm like, Jim would do this, and but like you would do a whole book on it. Like I've got 2, and I'm like, I got to include those.
Sure,
because that's what people want from us.
Right.
And they are the saddest fucking hooker stories. The saddest.
Why? Without giving.
No,
I'm gonna sell a lot of books for you. You got to tell me why they're sad.
It's like the reason I put them in is like it was. I'm not a hooker guy. Never was. But there are these 2 fucking like one time. I'm in Boston. I'm living in Boston. I'm actually living with a woman. Right. She's out of town. We live down by Symphony Hall, which is a shithole. There's the dirty, horrible hookers there. And you'd see them every day. And that's the weird thing. It's like you walk by them every day. I'd get up to park my car, to move my car at 7 in the morning, and one of them would grab my dick and say, "You want a date?" I'm like, breakfast would be nice. What are you going to do? So one night, I'm coked up. I'm going home. It's like 2:30, 3 in the morning. And, I see one of these hookers, and she, first a guy approaches me and goes, "You want Coke?" And I'm like, "No, I got Coke. I'm good." And he was clearly her pimp, because they kind of trail around. And then the hooker comes up, "You want a date?" And I'm like, "All right, yeah, how much is that?" She goes, $30. I'm like, "That's great."
30?
Yeah,
wow.
30. Good one, right?
Yeah,
old school.
Wow.
Street hooker, right?
Yeah. Damn.
And I'm like, "Great." She goes, "Where are we going?" I'm like, "Well, I live here." "Great, I'll take you into my house where I live with my girlfriend." Fucking horrendous. And we walk up like 5 flights of stairs. By the second flight, she's wheezing. How far up is it? And we get up there. This is literally the first time I've ever been with a prostitute. So we get up to where the apartment's 5 floors up. She's wheezing, and we get in there, and it's a futon on the floor. And I'm like, "So what are we doing?" She goes, "Well, give me the money." So I give her the money, And I go, you want me to pull my pants down? Yeah. And so I lay on the bed, I pull my pants down, and she starts blowing me. And it's not good. It's not great. It's just sad. I can't transcend the sadness of the situation. And then she goes, you want to play with my tits? And I'm like, all right. She goes, $10 more.
Oh, jeez.
So I have to pay her with her, with my dick out. So I give her the $10, and she takes her tits out, and she puts my hands on them, and I'm holding them. She goes, do you feel a lump in that one?
Oh, no way.
Swear to God. And I did, and I'm like, yeah, I think you might want to get that check. And somehow,
holy shit!
But somehow or another, I was able to focus and finish.
Wow.
That was the big payoff.
Yeah.
But in the middle of this, the saddest fucking thing was the phone. The phone rings and the machine picks up, and it's my girl who I live with. Hi, I just wanted to make sure you're okay.
Wow, you had a lot of distractions there.
Just a shame vortex.
Yeah.
And then I finished this horrible thing, and and she's like, I don't usually do this, of course, I work with computers. All right, you might want to go to a doctor.
Yeah.
I'm not get a second opinion on a thing in your boob because I'm no professional.
Wow.
And then she takes all the condoms off of my dresser. Says, can I have these? Yeah, please. You better please do. And then I just went in and took a Silkwood shower. Horrible.
Yeah.
And then the other one, I guess this story. Who cares? Yeah, it was the same situation. I was driving home in Boston. I was late at night. I'd been out with some other guys. I was coked up. It must have been, who knows? I don't know fucking what year that was. 88. Who knows?
Cocaine's an awful drug, but it starts a lot of great stories.
Yeah. Because, first of all, your dick doesn't work really. It takes a lot of effort on coke to get your dick to work. And many times in my life on coke, I have masturbated for hours just to try to come down. Sure. It's horrendous. But it's been a long time. So I'm coked up, and I'm driving in downtown Boston, the Zone.
Combat Zone.
Yeah. And it's one of those, again, I'm driving, I wasn't living with anybody then, but I'm driving, it's 2:33, and it's late, and I'm driving, I'm like, I got coke brain, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to do a hooker. And I think this was after this, so this is the second time. I don't remember the order, but I see one, same type of thing on the street. There's no one out at that hour down there. And I pull up, and I swear to God, she said this. I pull up, and I go, hey, and she goes, you want a date? And I'm like, yeah. She gets into my car, and she goes, I don't usually do this. I'm just in town for my father's funeral. I swear to God, I'm just in town for my father's funeral. Jesus. Why would I make that up?
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, well, I'm sorry. So then I go, where are we going? She goes, just pull over up here. And I'm like, all right, fine. So I pull over, and she goes, pull your pants down. So I pull my pants down. I pull my underwear down. She puts a rubber on my sad, limp coke dick. Just tries to wedge it on there. And she starts blowing me, and I can't do anything. I can't get it up. I'm in the middle of the street. I got a rubber on. I'm on coke. And within seconds, I'm surrounded by police cars.
Oh, shit.
It's lights, cops, action. Ooh. And I'm like, holy fuck, what do I do? She goes, I think you should pull your pants up. And I just pull my pants up. She goes, I'll take care of this. She gets out of the car and starts some drama with the cops. He saved me. My boyfriend was going to beat me up. And I'm like, thank God. Turns into an opera.
Wow, what
there.
a trooper.
Yeah, good egg.
And then the cop comes up to my car. And this is at a time where they would list you in the paper.
Right.
We
used to read those.
We used to.
On the air?
Yeah, we were assholes.
But then,
I regret that one.
Right, so there was something.
Dicks.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, no, the cop goes, and he just looks at me, and he shines his light, and he goes, where do you live? I go, Somerville. He goes, why don't you go there? And I'm like, I will go there.
But I'm trying to get a blowjob, officer.
Right.
You understand. Yeah. Fuck, I paid for this.
So I drive off just sweating and freaked out. And I realized that I hadn't pulled my pants. I had pulled my pants up, but they weren't buttoned. I hadn't pulled my underwear up. So I looked down, and just my sad little dick with the rubber hanging off is sticking out, almost like, why do you do this? Look, let's not do this anymore.
Shit.
So those were the two.
That's bad luck, man. Second time. Second time. That's telling you something.
No, I'm done.
Fuck.
But in the car on the street seems like it would be a little fucked.
That's how it always was.
It was another $30. It was a $30 situation.
that be extremely nerve-wracking?
Yeah, that's before the internet. You didn't bring these girls home from the street. You couldn't go on Craigslist.
Man,
it's dirty business, and it felt dirty. Even that none of them. Well, the first one went all the way. It was it was not for me.
A lump in the tit and fucking and My Father's Funeral and the Police.
Yeah,
those are two fucking great ones.
Yeah.
And they're in the book. They're in the book. The Mark Madden.
Yeah. Had to put those. That's a tribute to you. I don't know that I would have put them in if I'm like, well, Jim would put this in.
If I didn't put them in, I would have fucking released the leaflets. I had nothing else to talk about. A fucking flyer.
There's a lot of stuff. There's stuff about the divorce. There's stuff about my parents. There's stuff about Viagra. There's stuff about cats, guitar, pants.
I swear, I just got the book too, and I just opened it up, and I opened it up to the chapter, and I swear I didn't set this up. I almost died.
Oh yeah.
Number one.
Yeah.
Oh, there were a few times you almost died.
Well, yeah, I should qualify that. In my mind, I almost died. Okay. So these are not menacing.
I almost died. Number one. Cleveland.
Yes, that's the airplane one. Yeah. That's when I'm pretty sure I almost died on an airplane. Then there was another chapter in there where I'm pretty sure I almost died from the spicy chicken in Nashville.
Spicy chicken.
I almost died from mouth cancer that I thought I had. So they're not menacing stories. These are not stories.
Sure.
Are you normally a hypochondriac?
No, I don't.
No?
Well, who is it?
Well, I used to be bad because I can't believe I've never told you that story. Have I never told you the story about how I cured the hypochondria?
No, I'm not sure.
My dad, was a doctor. So, as a kid whose dad's a doctor, there's part of your brain where, in order to get his attention, I think I was sort of like, I'm sick.
Oh, there you go.
Right, because he's busy. But if you're sick, he's like, well, let me have a look at you. I was a sophomore in college, and I decided that I had, what was it originally? MS. I was pretty sure I had MS, right? So I start calling my father, like, Dad, I got MS. He's like, well, you don't have MS. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure I got MS. He goes, what are your symptoms? I don't know. Hands are tingling. I don't fucking know. He's like, you don't have fucking MS. I'm like, all right, I think I do, but all right, goodbye. I love you.
I do. All right, so goodbye. I love you.
So I do that for about a week, and he doesn't bite. And then, I start with, I'm pretty sure I got prostate cancer. He's like, why would you have prostate cancer? My ass hurts a little. I don't know. My hands are tingling, something.
Hands are tingling again.
He says, I don't think you have prostate cancer. So I pester him for like a week, and then I go home for Christmas break after pestering him like almost every night with the prostate cancer thing. And I get to the airport in Albuquerque where I grew up. It's like 7 at night. He goes, I go, where are we going? He goes, we're not going home. He goes, no, I'm taking you over to Bob's house. And he's gonna examine you. This is his friend who's a urologist, because he's a doctor. They all know each other. So Bob, the urologist, is going to examine me. We're driving from the airport. My father drives to this guy's house.
Jesus.
Right? Knocks on the guy's door, and the guy's getting up from dinner. I see he's wiping his face. His family is at the table. And my father's like, hey, Bob, my kid thinks he has prostate cancer. Can you take a look at him? What are they going to do?
Yeah.
And he goes, all right, come on in. So now, Bob walks me and my father back to Bob's bedroom. And I'm like, what's going to happen here? And thank God Bob, got hold of himself. And, I'm standing there with these two men. And he's like, maybe he should come into the office. I'm like, yeah, maybe I should go into the office. So he doesn't, finger bang me in his bedroom inappropriately. So the next day or the day after, I go to Bob's office, and the prostate thing, it's a gnarly examination, especially when they want to really check it, because they got to put their finger in your ass, press on it, and then you got to milk some liquid out of the tip of your dick and put it on a slide so they can look at it.
Jesus.
Yeah, there you go. Good morning. Ugh. So it turns out I got some sort of prostatitis, which is stress-related, genetic, whatever the fuck it is. It's a thing. So I got something, which as a hypochondriac, you're like, huh? I told you. Yes.
Right.
So he gives me antibiotics for this thing, and I take them for like a week or 10 days, and then I still feel it, right? So I go back to Bob. He does it again. And he does the whole thing, and he says, it's gone. You don't have anything. I'm like, all right. I thought I felt something. Okay. So I go back home, and then like before I go back to school, I see something on my dick. So I'm pretty sure it's herpes, right? So, but I think it was just I jerked off too hard, because I wasn't even fucking really then. So I see something. So I go to Bob. I call Bob's office. He goes, you know what? Meet me at the hospital. So this is like, so I meet him at the hospital. He takes me into a room. He takes my dick out. He swabs this jerk off sore, and he tests. He says, you don't have herpes. And like 3 days before I go back to school, I'm like, I don't know, I'm pretty sure that it's herpes or something. And I go back, this is the fourth time.
Holy
the fourth time in 3 weeks.
4 times.
Right. So I go back to Bob Rosen, and I walk in, and I'm standing there. I got my pants down. He's sitting in a chair. I'm standing up. He's holding my dick. And he looks at it, and he goes, there's nothing wrong with you. Do you like coming here? That was the end of it.
That was yeah. Between holding your dick and shoving his finger in your ass, milking your prostate. It's like
maybe I do like coming here.
That would be something that the guy would think. Like, Jesus Christ, this guy.
That's funny.
That was the end of the hypochondriacal episodes.
Yeah.
No, I'm not really that bad with that.
You seem really happier.
I feel better.
What's going on with you? What changed? What did you try something different?
Well, I think
not that you were miserable, but
I was pretty miserable.
You had your moments here and there over the years on our show.
That's pretty miserable. I think what happened was, when everything fucking crapped out on me and I started the podcast without any real expectation, I was at a real low point. That as people began to like it, and when people, not even on a business level, just the fact that I was doing something on my own that people liked. I think I finally got a little bit of, genuine self-esteem and validation. I think, I don't know if it's happiness, but I feel like after working 25 fucking years and being nowhere for years, really, not being able to sell tickets or whatever, all of a sudden this happens. You're like, all right, I didn't throw my fucking life away.
Right.
Yeah, you got to feel a little better. I've still got problems. I've still got a girlfriend that's asleep right now, and still got to worry about her waking up.
So you were feeling frustration over the years. Like, what the fuck? This should be better for me.
Well, I think I was consumed with a certain bitterness that I thought was I think I romanticized bitterness. You're like, I'm getting fucked. This is why am I not? And quite frankly, that's not attractive disposition.
Right.
That's what I learned. I mean, you knew me. I was a little more aggravated, and
Yeah, you definitely seem more content. I mean,
I exuded a certain negativity that I thought was like, come on, all of you feel this. Deep. You can't sell. Like,
it's there somewhere.
I thought everybody must be like me in there.
Yeah.
I'm the only one being honest about how life is fucking us. And you should wake up and feel the sadness.
Nice.
That wouldn't be a good name for a special.
Yeah, right.
But I think what happened, I'm a little panicky. Things are going good this week. Everything's sort of lined up. I got the show starting on Friday.
Yeah.
It's on IFC?
IFC, yeah.
What time is it on? Friday what?
10 o'clock.
Friday, 10 p.m.
And I did 10 of those. And I think they came out pretty good. I like them. I'm happy with them. They
What's
represent
the show
me
about?
well. It's a stretch. It's about a guy whose career went off the rails, and he starts a podcast in his garage. It's just,
Wow, where did you get that idea from?
Yeah, it's crazy, right? But I got certain people playing themselves as podcast guests, and then there's sort of the backdrop of my life, which is it would have been probably based loosely on the first year or so where I just started doing it, and me coming out of the divorce, dating a bit. There's a couple episodes with my father, who's played by Judd Hirsch, and
Jesus.
then 2 episodes with him. And then I've got, a lot of people play themselves on the show. Dave Foley, Dennis Leary, Garland, Mark Duplass, Adam Scott, Aubrey Plaza, Ken Jeong, Bobby Slayton in a pinch at the end. That was hilarious. He's hilarious. You know.
Yeah. The Pitbull.
But it was funny. Like, he's on the last episode. Kindler plays himself, and some of them integrate into the story a little bit, and others are just a few minutes on the podcast. And there's just episodes of my life. I meet a girl, based on the relationship I have now, and there's a kid who plays my assistant. This Josh Brenner kid. He's funny.
Wow, man, it's very involved.
Yeah, it was a single camera thing. I'd never done that shit before. It was very exciting for me because the weird thing about whatever's happening is, when I started the podcast, in my mind I was like, well, I finally, after I had my ass handed to me by the woman. And she left.
Yeah.
There was part of me that's like, well, this shit, I gotta realize who I am. I'm not going to be a fucking relevant comic. I'm not going to get a shot on TV. I'm going to do this and hopefully not die broke and have insurance. Like, I really let the shit go. I was like, fuck it. I've been humbled. Just own it. What are you going to do? You can't do anything else. Plan B's. There's no plan B after you're 45 years old and your brain is like, well, this is bullshit. I could always wait. There used to be stuff in that folder. There's nothing. What am I going to teach? What am I going to do? So I'd let go of all this happening at all. So it's all very exciting, and I'm very humbled by the whole thing. You know, but I never shot, never wrote I never wrote television, never had the opportunity to act much.
Did you write the show and pitch it, or did somebody say, "Hey, man, you ought to do a show," or did you say, "Fuck, this might be a good idea for a show"?
Well, what happened was, you know, when you do comedy, if you want to be on TV, you got to figure out. Hopefully, your life turns to shit or gets better every few years, or where you go pitch it. But what happened is Jim Serpico over at Apostle, which he runs with Dennis Leary, their company. He liked the podcast, so he called me in. And he said, "I love this thing. Is there something we can do with it?" I'm like, "Well, I got an idea. Let's do a show about a guy who does a podcast in his garage." He's like, "All right, that's a good idea." So he had a deal with Fox Studios. So they put in some money to we decided to shoot a pilot presentation. So Jim hooks me up with this writer, Duncan Birmingham. We write this 15-minute piece to be like sort of a mini episode, to shoot it and bring it around. We thought that'd be a good idea to bring out something to give a feel of the show. So we shot that. It came out to about 20 minutes, and Ed Asner played my dad in that one.
Wow.
Yeah, people are very available. If they got the day to work, they'll work. Yeah. You know what I mean? Not doing. You'd be surprised. Right? Yeah. Wow. He wasn't available for the series, but so we took it around, and a few people passed on it, but IFC loved it, and they got behind it, and they said, "Let's do 10." So that's how that happened.
Where you are. Wow.
Yeah, because of that presentation. Bobcat Goldthwait directed 4 of them. And he also, would that be a spoiler? Yeah, no, he's in one of them. That's all I'll say. It was an amazing experience.
And when's the show on again? IFC?
Fridays, 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. I want to make sure people check it out.
The first one is about an internet troll. It's me and Dave Foley, and it's based on a real story, but it didn't go as far as it went on the show. I can't fucking deal with him. Yeah, I can't, I can't, And when they know that you can't deal with them, then you're just vulnerable to it. It really takes a lot for me not to sort of like engage a guy with 3 followers for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Sometimes people they get on me. It's like, why would you even respond to somebody with fucking 3 or 4 followers and stuff? I'm like, I'm not responding to him. I'm using what he said as a vehicle to get my shit out there.
But it rarely works because
it never works.
Because as soon as you engage, they're sitting at home, in their boxers going, got him. One. Me.
When you realize they'll never like you, it makes it a lot easier. Because I think there was a time where I thought, wait, I could turn this fucking person around. What do you mean?
That's what I did.
And then you realize, wait, I could cure fucking AIDS, and they're still going to hate my fucking guts. And when you finally realize that, it's so freeing. They'll always be there to hate you, no matter what the fuck you do, or even if you change everything.
And I'll tell you, like some of your fans really fucking hate me. There's some guys that listen to your show, they love me, but the guys that hate me, that like you guys, they're rough.
Half of them hate us too.
Oh,
No, we're learning that they hate.
Oh, we get that too. I blocked so many people on Twitter. I have blocked so many fucking people.
Yeah, I don't even deal.
I don't deal now.
Even the slightest thing, I just block.
It's weird because sometimes I can just sort of like, I'm above this. I'm not gonna respond to this.
Yeah,
and then you go look at how many followers you have. Don't do it. But if they get you at the right time of day, you're fucked.
You got a little time on your hands.
I want to dump some hate into this machine.
Do you know what helps? Do you know what helps deal with them? What? When you think about it, how many people have ever walked up to you and said, "Hi, I'm so and so from a message board or Twitter"?
Never
once.
Oh no, once or twice.
Was it the guys that have been trashing you?
Not really.
No.
Sometimes, but if you do call them on it, like if you do, like it's a troll culture now. I mean, it's predatory. All of it. We got patent trolls. You know about these fucking guys? This is why you're lucky to still be on radio. They're these guys. Literally, there's a whole patent troll industry. What they do is they take software patents, the patent system's very weak. So these guys basically get patents on math problems that represent technology, and they sue on them. They sue people that can't afford to litigate. Like there's a bunch of Corolla is getting nailed with a suit, and a couple other podcasters because some guy has the patent for podcasting. All right, it's a piece of technology about menuing in a sequence or something. We don't even fucking understand it, but all of a sudden they come after you and they're like, "Hey, you owe us money." It's a shakedown. Give us some money to protect you from us suing you. So that's a whole other fucking issue. But it's a whole troll culture that, like, I don't even know.
I didn't even know that was going on.
It goes on in technology all the time. The tech companies.
Yeah. Well, obviously, Apple is always getting screwed by Samsung, who's getting screwed by this guy. Yeah, because they use some kind of thing that they deem proprietary.
Right. Well,
and yeah,
right.
but in podcasting,
well, that's the thing is like at that level, all those big companies, they own patents and they protect their devices like that, and that's how Apple won against Samsung. But the same law enables these guys who have made nothing.
Yeah.
You know, patent software, which is basically a math problem. They built nothing, and they can register it and then go after a guy that can't afford to pay, you know, to litigate, because it's hundreds of thousands of dollars to litigate patent suits. And they literally say, like, you know, you want to license our stuff or we're going to sue you. It's fucking complete mob tactic.
How much do they charge their license?
I'm not going to talk to them.
Oh,
you know, like at this point, like, you know, some of us have gotten letters from these guys. We're inviting you to license, and I'm like, what is that? And, you know, a lot of us are in touch with the EFF, the Electronic Frontier Foundation. We're trying to figure out what to do as a community, because it's brutal. You're literally threatening to sue guys who are working in the garage. You know, some of us, you make a few bucks, but they went after Sam Cedar. He doesn't have a pot to piss in as a podcaster. What the hell is he going to do? What do they want? It's fucking horrendous.
That's mob tactics.
It's all
of
it is.
Using,
complete extortion.
You're extorting money from people.
Wow. And are they people that were doing the podcast before these guys had the patents, or no?
Well, the way this patent thing works is like the patent was introduced in like 1996. There's a whole world to it that I don't quite understand. The only way to do, you know, the patent system is like arcane. It's like archaic. And these guys have found this loophole, this method of shaking people down. And they're just, I don't know how those fuckers sleep at night. Do they have children? Is it, you know, Daddy, what do you do? I shake down guys, you know, with a math problem. I make them pay. That's how you're in school. There's a guy that does a show in his toilet, and you know, I make him pay me money. Yeah,
Jesus.
Fucking bastards.
It's just exhausting out there.
And like I don't, you know,
really
it's a pending issue right now. You know, there's about a dozen of us that got these letters. Got a second letter. You know, we're still here, and you know, we're suing. They sued CBS and NBC for their podcast. They sued How Stuff Works. So what I was hoping is like, all right, those guys got money.
Yeah.
Somebody crush this fuck.
Somebody fucking take this guy on. But normally they probably settle just to get rid of it.
That's the problem.
And the guy continues.
And it strengthens their bullshit patent. Like we just got a bunch of money from him, so you're kind of fucked. No one's going to fight this fight for you.
It's a precedent.
A precedent is set.
Holy shit.
So we don't, I mean, it's all just happening now, but the tech industry has been dealing with this shit for years. These little companies, like some people who just have a website where they sell, little sock monkeys.
Right.
Yeah, they get a letter like, you know, you're using the on button. And you know
that says process order, that button?
We invented that. Here's a math problem that proves that.
Wow.
And they're protected.
Cocksuckers.
They're protected.
Wow. Fuck, I didn't know that was going on at all.
No clue.
Wow. Look it up. It's horrendous.
Brutal.
But I don't think they've ever, come after guys. Like they picked a bunch of guys on microphones.
Yeah.
So now we got to figure out, how do we not say something that's going to make it worse? It's like, you know what? I'm not going to sue you for the patent anymore. We're going to sue you for slander, you fucking idiot.
Wow.
But like I got freaked out about it. You know.
No shit. Yeah.
We had a meeting. You know, I was like, we put together a little community. I wanted to see what the hell Corolla was doing.
Yeah.
He got named in the first suit. So I say, Adam, I'm going to put a bunch of guys together. We can talk about this. It was funny, though, because we all go to Adam's house. There's about 10 of us, Fitzsimmons and a bunch of other guys.
Fighters, all getting together.
And I'm like, and I just want Adam to tell us what's going on. And we get down, and he's like, all right, Marin, what's going on here? I'm like, what do you mean? Tell us
about you? Someone's got to be William Wallace here, motherfucker.
That's right.
I'm willing to paint my face and shit, but someone's got to be William Wallace. God damn.
So, we're all sort of in it. We're all communicating. It's going to be interesting because it's still, like, it seems like it might, I don't know how, some of these things, legal things.
Yeah.
What I was telling you, though, is that they get these patents that were, some of them are very old. Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure how it works, but like the patent for this part of the technology goes back to like 96 or something. So they figure out a way to reintroduce it and kind of reframe it and re-register it. So the reason they got to have that backdate on it is that if you can find any prior existence of technology similar and prove it, the whole thing goes to shit.
Yeah.
It kills it. So that's called prior art. But, these guys know the language. They know how to figure it out. But this patent that they're trying to sue us on, or they're threatening to, can apply to anything. So you've got two parts of your brain going, when this happens, you're like, fuck these guys. We're going to take them down. And the other part is, why me? Go sue somebody. Go fuck with him.
Push them onto somebody else.
Yeah. Get away from me. That guy's got money. I got nothing.
Wow.
You don't want to. That's the part you want to fight in yourself. Like, let's fight this fight. Hopefully, somebody will do it.
It's beyond me how this country is just so litigious like that, and
it's troll
you
culture.
Can't just be a fucking guy in a garage with a microphone having some fun and making a few bucks without someone crawling up your fucking ass.
Right.
Really?
Right. That's it. It's horrendous.
And it doesn't matter what you do. You're right. It
doesn't matter.
If it's not podcasting, it's fucking, you have a carpentry shop, and then the fucking wood knot guy is fucking...
knot guy.
That knot in the wood? Yeah, I patented that. What?
I made the tool to get that out.
Yeah.
It's fucking horrendous. And that's why I call it troll culture. That's trolling. It's all the same shit.
You're right. Yeah, that's
on every level.
Trolling.
On every level.
Yeah.
It's predatory.
What do you think's going to end up? Where does troll culture go? You think?
Well, I just think that everyone's going to eventually be afraid to do anything for fear of being attacked. Everyone's going to have to protect themselves somehow legally. It
seems like everyone is sick of it. I think even the trolls are sick of it because they get trolled. I think everyone is sick of the troll culture already.
I don't know what happens. It's like predatory, and it's weird, and it's cowardly, and it's just maybe it's because maybe the whole manufacturing base thing, like, hey, we don't make anything in this country but assholes.
Right.
Like I don't know.
You're so right.
I don't know what happens. That's a business, like this patent troll business on the tech level makes billions of dollars. It's a business. That it's registered, I just don't know where these fucking guys. How do they justify it in their mind?
Yeah.
How do they have a conscience about it? Like you got to rationalize a lot of shit. It's that same kind of death camp thinking. I was just following orders. This is just the way life is right now.
Right.
Is I do this, I crush the little guy. I mean, the patent system apparently was put into place originally. Did you? What the fuck is the name of that documentary thing that kid did? Oh fuck. Whatever. It's put in place to protect people and encourage it. Like they put statute of limitations on patents so people who invented them could make a little money, but then it goes back into the world so you could evolve.
And then a competition makes things better and better.
Right. You take from the past and you make it better, And now these guys do this loophole. So what they're basically doing is guaranteeing that we don't progress at all. By making you afraid to, you can't invent something. Look what I invented. A guy did that already. You owe me money. No, I want to use it as the basis of my new idea. Fuck your new idea. Give me money for the old idea. Shut the fuck up. All right, great. That's what we do now?
Fucking amazing, yeah. Pricks.
God, scumbags. Wow. But everyone's talking about the Fiona Apple podcast. I was talking to you about this before the show.
Yeah, that was intense.
Can you tell people? I have not listened to it
Here's the issue with the podcast is that, like, my show, like the most recent 50 are all there. So for 6 months, you get everything for free. And then after that, it goes behind a paywall, and you got to get there. There's an app that's free, and then for like $8, you get a premium app. You can stream everything. So you can get it there. Fiona was, I'd met her a couple times, and, we had talked before, and, she's a very talented person. And, a sort of like a little kooky, fragile, but really a genius, And it was not really a controversial episode, other than, like, I just got her on a good day. She came over and she just talked, and just was talking, about her own insecurities and about her creative process and about hummingbirds. And, I mean, it went all over, but it was funny. It was interesting because it was one of those interviews, and I'm sure you've had this happen where about 45 minutes in, you're like, I better bring this around to songwriting. Or people are going to think she's a little loopy.
Right. Yeah. Like, let me save you. I'm going to fucking save you right now.
But I think it was...
we let that shit go.
I know you do.
And so do you. I mean, you have gold. You're like, holy fuck, she's talking out of her mind right now.
But I do ever... Like, I think that some creative people are just like that. And I bought her a new record, and I got to be honest with you, Like I liked her, but the new record, it's one of those things where, you know, when you listen to a record and there's something so raw about it that you're like, not only is this genius, but like I'm uncomfortable.
Wow.
You know, like it was one of those things where like I have a certain amount of respect for people that it's not that they don't have a filter, but it's hard for them just to exist in the world because they're so sensitive and their creativity comes from this place where it's, you know, she doesn't go out much. You know, she's not, you know, she's a real artist, and, you know, and it's difficult for her. So yeah, I'm not there to make too much controversy, but I think it was just, it was one of those situations with my show is I think a lot of people have never heard these people talk at all. Like I got, you know, the guy from Dinosaur Jr., Jay Mascis? Sure. I didn't know that he wanted to do my show, and I've been doing musicians lately, and I'm like, great. And I was excited about it because I love those guys. I mean, he's a genius, that guy. And I ran into Dave Cross, and I said, yeah, I'm interviewing Jay Mascis. And Dave goes, good luck with that. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, he doesn't talk. I'm like, what? Shit. Then why do you, you know, so it was one of those situations where I'm going to do an hour at least. I don't care what happens. I'm going to sit there, right? And we're going to sit there for an hour. It's like therapy. It's like a therapy session, but not in the sense that I'm doing therapy, but like we're on the clock for 50 minutes. So if you want to sit in silence, we'll do that. But somehow or another, you know, I got him talking about, you know, his dad, who was a dentist, and skiing, you know, and it was like, Jay Mascis, he skis? And it turned into something. So that's really all I'm looking for. So I just
the Fiona Apple, a lot of people were talking about. So
it's a great episode because you really get a sense of who she is, and she's an amazing talent. That person.
And is she nuts, or is she just an artist, or is she still good looking?
Yeah, she looks great. Yeah, she looks great. Now, and I don't know, like, it's tough. I mean, maybe she'd be nuts if she didn't do anything. Do you know, like, if you just met her on the street? And, you know, you're like, what do you do? And then she, you know, drew you a picture and taped it on your head. I mean, but the fact that, you know, she's fucking Fiona Apple. I mean, she does these amazing things, like these amazing songs. So, yeah, I don't know that she's nuts. I think what you get is, if I do what I do right, you get sort of a portrait of that person. You get a sense of who they are as a person, and, you know, that's the best I can do, really.
Yeah, you pull things out of people.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, people want to talk, you know, generally.
Yeah. Well, Mark, this is a pleasure. I hear they're telling us
Rock told us that you have to leave.
Oh, I got to do one of those, you know, those junkets, you know, where you get on, like, you know, when you're promoting something,
a lot of people, yeah.
Where you're just on the phone with a moderator, and you're doing morning radio shows, and they just, you do one, and they come back on. All right, this is Nashville. It's Joe and the Fat Guy. You're going to be talking to Joe. The fat guy is laughing, and then Terry will occasionally chime in if someone says something filthy. Okay, here you go.
That was the fucking goof we did on Louis C.K.'s show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Louis was doing one of those calls on his show.
Minneapolis.
And we were the radio voice on the phone. And it was like, hey, Louis, how you doing? Just not caring, paying attention.
What?
So what are we promoting? The What the Fuck podcast. People know about that. You got the big show on IFC.
Dead Possum is the episode. That was available.
Okay.
That's the second episode, and they put it up at IFC if people want to watch that. Yeah. The premiere is on Friday.
At 10 o'clock?
Yeah.
10 o'clock IFC, Mark Maron's new show.
I'll be in Milwaukee, too, on Saturday. This Saturday at the Pabst Theater if you want to come see me.
Fucking speaking of Milwaukee, the detective died. We haven't talked about it yet.
Who?
Right.
The Jeffrey
Kennedy?
He's dead. We just had him on.
I didn't know that.
Jeffrey Dahmer's lead detective, the guy that was there from day one, and one of the only guys Jeffrey Dahmer really talked about. He came in, he had a book, it was a book, right?
No, it was
documentary.
Right.
He was awesome. This guy was like 6'8" with a mustache, old Milwaukee cop. And,
that's sad, man. I could have talked to him for hours.
He dropped dead of a heart attack. We love him so much, we couldn't wait to have him back on.
I can't.
I guess we can now.
I hate hearing about people dropping dead.
Heart attack.
Terrible.
Once you hit your late 40s, you're like, oh shit, that could happen.
Right. You got to add another thing that can happen.
You know, second guessing meat. You're like, I better not.
When you're little, the only thing that can happen really is, you know, you get run over while you're riding your bike. But as the years go on, now that can happen.
More things added to the checklist.
Anything could happen now.
Well, pretty much in the anything could happen category.
Exactly.
But you said Milwaukee, and it reminded me of Pat Kennedy. He was such a nice fucking guy.
I had not heard that.
Remember we were talking about his dick on the way home?
Yeah, he had a giant hog.
Jimmy were laughing our asses
Yeah.
off because he came in here with tight jeans, and I'm telling you, this fucking guy was packing.
Really?
Oh, dude.
Isn't it weird when you notice that as a guy? You're like,
But it makes you laugh.
It makes you laugh, but
And
there's
giggle.
part of you that wants to say something like, what's going on in your pants?
What is that?
What does that even look like? You know, I'm not gay, but can I look at that?
But anyway, it was a stretch. You're playing Milwaukee. It just made me think of that
I
really
get it.
fast. And Mark Maron's new book, Attempting Normal. I'm fucking reading this one.
Thanks, guys.
I don't read
Yeah.
a lot of the books that come in here.
Yeah, I think you'll
Most of them
know
are
more
nonsense.
about me. You'll probably call me up and go, you okay?
Yeah.
I just read the thing.
This one I'll absolutely read. I'm a fucking fan of Mark Maron's, absolutely. Always have been.
Yeah.
It's great to see you guys.
And we talked off air, but
Yeah.
I really am sorry about last week. You
Yeah,
were
I
caught
am
in the
too.
crossfire.
Yeah,
just because our fans started, like, fucking really giving you the
fans
business.
are very understanding, and they always
Right
they
away.
always take
Yeah.
everything at
What
face
kind
value.
of scumbag?
Oh my God!
You disloyal, horrible man.
Long story short, you were caught in the crossfire.
Treasonous.
Yeah,
You-
yeah.
oh,
How
yeah.
dare you?
And we apologize for that. Or I
apologize for causing any aggravation. I love you guys. It's great to talk
Had nothing
to
to do
you.
with you. In the
All right, thanks, man.
Mark Maron, everyone.
Stephen Lynch coming up next.
Yes.
Goofy gags to play on your uncircumcised pals. Funny things to do with foreskin. One was you put fucking a little crazy glue around the rim, and you put on the around an exhaust pipe, the foreskin, and you drive away. Fucking pull the skin aside and dump rock salt in there. Clean that out, you fucking baboon cock. One was itching powder in the fucking thing, and then you staple it shut on top. Dirty fucking European dick. You stand a fucking uncut guy against the wall, and you lay on your back, you put your feet on his thighs, and you grab his foreskin with both hands, and you pull it up to your chest, and you let it snap like a window shade. And it will actually make the noise. I have to fill that skinny fucking fleshy pouch with crushed glass and fucking smash my fist on it. Goofy gags to play on your uncircumcised pals.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show.
Hit the bricks, Crusader dick.
Now, the Opie and Anthony Show continues.
Busy day today, huh? I was just catching up with Stephen Lynch and realized I didn't go to the bathroom. Just sprinting back and forth.
Yeah, Steve was just in here, but he had to leave the studio to put his guitar case outside because there's just not enough room in here. And then he's like, didn't you guys used to have like a big performance space? I'm like, oh, yeah. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, thanks for mentioning that today.
We had one.
I think we reached our bitching quota already for today.
Steven, you want to leave your coat outside? There might not be enough room in here. Your jacket? Anything? Your shoes?
Let me get rid of these picks.
Yeah, the picks might take up a little too much room for this giant studio we have.
We decided that as our careers continue that we need to get into smaller and smaller spaces.
Yeah. We call it more intimate.
Yeah, why keep expanding? That's stupid.
That's exactly how my tour is going.
Right.
Oh, really?
I like more of an intimate setting.
Yeah. We had this amazing setup where we had bleachers and a performance area and just a state-of-the-art lighting.
You can't get personal in front of thousands of people. So I like a more intimate, few hundred people setting.
Right.
I like seeing the faces out there.
Yeah.
I don't like those big spotlights just, making the audience look black so you can only hear tens of thousands of them.
Yeah, you leave them wanting more.
Right.
If you used to, like last time I was here, I did Carnegie Hall.
Right.
This time it's a more intimate space.
Oh, where are you going to be?
The Gramercy Theater.
All right.
Seats 40.
40. That's fine.
Because I wanted an intimate show.
A lot more intimate.
That Carnegie Hall show, my in-laws still talk about.
Which one?
The Carnegie Hall that you played.
Oh.
That was how many years ago was that now?
I think 3 years ago.
You did fucking Purple Rain, man.
I did.
Holy fuck, and it killed.
Yeah.
And they still talk about it. I brought my in-laws.
Really?
And we had a blast. But he did fucking Purple Rain.
That's great.
I think I had a little choir out there.
Yes, you were all in.
Had the band.
Man.
I was proud because I remember back in the days, just drinking beers. No one knows.
Yeah.
No one knows anyone in this studio yet.
Yeah.
So now it's more of a stripped down, more.
The show itself has gotten twice as big.
Streamlined.
It's just the audience is streamlined.
Oh, it's Streamlining the audience.
Yeah, when you take 3 years to write a record, you tend to lose a couple people.
Why did it take 3 years?
You got to build them back up. Yeah,
why did it take 3 years?
Taking my spot.
What happened?
I don't know. I just sort of stopped.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I said, I'm tired of this. I hate all this stuff.
I hate this
I hate what I do. I hate everything I've ever done. There's a period of, self-loathing.
Yeah. What
reflection.
am I doing?
And then I woke up and went, oh, fuck, I got to pay my mortgage.
Oh, fuck
I better
this.
write something. But, I actually like this stuff now.
Fuck this self-awareness crap. I'm broke.
Yeah.
But what did you do for those 3 years? Performed a little bit, but just kind of took time off?
Did some European things, and then just sort of...
You stepped away.
Lazed about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you doing, though? Fishing?
Listening to music and trying to figure out what I wanted to do with myself. And then I'm pretty much doing the exact same thing.
Right.
That's what it all comes down to.
Sometimes you have these moments where you just kind of assess yourself and think, how am I really contributing anything to the world and myself and that? And then you're just like, fuck it. I could buy a velociraptor for my yard.
Which you
fuck
did.
it. Who cares?
Which you did.
Oh, yeah, I had to.
And it's pretty awesome.
I had
It's
to.
pretty awesome.
How's the compound?
It's very nice. Yeah. I'm having the pool worked on. It was, so the pool's getting worked on. Should be open by next week. So festivities begin like next week. But
it's that time of year.
Yeah. Summertime is. Get out of the
Your
house.
backyard looks like a rap video.
Yeah, it's great.
I've seen the pictures. I've never been there, but I've seen the pictures.
Stephen, you got to come over because it's a lot of fun. The winter sucks though. You think, it'll be nice. We'll just close up the backyard and. It'll make me look forward to it. And then I just spend some quality time inside. I got my fireplace so I could just hang out. Within a week, you're just like, fuck, I missed the pool. So you got the jacuzzi and the parties and the barbecue.
You got to build a fucking structure around that pool.
What do you mean, like a dome?
Yes.
I don't think
you own your house. You're allowed to do that, right?
Oh yeah, sure.
You're allowed to do that.
Yeah, you own your house. Ha ha ha. Permits? What? Fucking variances?
Just build it and wait for them to come.
I had to get
moved to Miami.
You
guys could do the show from there. Surely there's smaller spaces than this room in Miami.
Yes, of course.
Well, not many smaller spaces than this place.
When I was trying to get my pool put in initially. They were like, you could put your pool in, but it's got to be here and there, and it just took forever. And then like, well, you got to have a fence around your yard if you got a pool. I'm like, I know, I want to put a 6-foot fence up. Oh, you can't do that. What? We can only put a 3-foot fence up. You need a variance for a 6-foot fence. But I put the pool. You're saying I need the fence, but I
decided on a 6-foot fence.
Yeah, in other words, pull out your checkbook. Yeah. Because you have to pay for these, to submit these permits and things.
And what's the difference between?
Wait a minute, didn't I buy this house? Didn't I buy this?
What's the difference between a 3-foot and a 6-foot fence?
3 feet.
No, but in their stupid minds, what do they think?
I guess the kid jumping over. They don't want fucking Tommy Lee's house over there.
But 3 foot is good enough, right?
No, 6 foot you need for a pool.
Wait, you wanted 3 originally?
No, I just wanted a 6-foot fence, and they said the town doesn't allow 6-foot fences. I was like, but you allow pools? Yes. And you need a 6-foot fence for a pool? Yes. But you don't allow 6-foot fences? Yes. You have to apply. You have to apply for a variance.
Yes.
It's like, what the fuck?
Man.
And then my neighbor had I guess there was too much square footage of closed space in his house, so he had this beautiful house with pretty much a carport in it without doors on it. So they went through the inspection. He bought the house, did everything, and then he decided, I'm going to call some construction workers over, have the fucking wall put up, and have garage doors put up.
Right.
So he did that. Someone ratted him out. So he had to, again, get a variance, which means money, and then get statements from his neighbors on all sides that it was okay that he had a garage.
Jesus.
No! I am against garages.
Harumph, harumph.
Yes, I'm with Greenpeace.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
I go through the same thing.
Do you?
Yeah, I live in a historic neighborhood.
Oh, that's got to be easy then to do things.
No.
Yeah.
It's like a 110-year-old house.
You can't move that rock. Do you know that Ulysses S. Grant once looked upon that rock?
Can I put a DirecTV dish on the house somewhere?
Oh. Please.
Very few places that
Not historically accurate?
Wow.
Did Washington have a DirecTV satellite receiver on his roof? I think not.
Rejection.
Rejected! He's wearing like the old powder wig and fucking shit. Rejected! Stephen Lynch, you are a heretic. What?
Hear ye, hear
I
ye.
want a fucking better mailbox in my yard. What am I? It's not a heretic. Here
Put me in the stockade.
Yeah, the stockade in the town square. He tried to get a fence.
He shall be drawn and quartered at noon.
That's got to be a bitch then. Fucking historical. They don't want anything
I haven't
changed.
really wanted to do anything.
Right, there
but
you
I
go.
anticipate there being some problems.
Yeah, they really don't like that.
They'll be up your ass.
There was, even if when you live in those like condominium developments and stuff, they have the homeowners association.
Got to deal with those assholes.
Me and my dad and his girl there, Corey and stuff. We lived in one of those complexes once for 6 months until Dad didn't pay the rent or almost burnt the place down, bypassing the electric meter because he didn't pay the bill, something like that. But we used to get these letters. The Homeowners Association frowns upon 15-foot-high CB antennas on the roof of the building because my dad, drunk at 2 in the morning, had to go, "Hey, breaker, it's the Paisano cowboy. Who's out there?" Meanwhile, everyone's TV would go when he keyed down.
Was he really the Paisano cowboy?
He was the Paisano
How is
cowboy.
that not your radio name?
I should be the
How is that not your radio name?
Hey, you got the Paisano cowboy.
Well, you know
here
what?
with
Starting
you.
today,
I'm the Paisano
I don't think the listeners are going to let
cowboy.
that one slide.
I was the Wrangler.
I remember that.
Yes, of
The
course.
Wrangler, yeah.
And Diamond
No,
Dust was
we don't
Opie.
have to.
Diamond Dust.
This is not about me right now. Why did you do that to me?
Yeah, the Homeowners Association was always frowning on everything. One time our electric got shut off, and my dad decided to get these lanterns for the house, but they weren't the Coleman ones, the gas ones that are really nice, kind of high tech. They got very bright and stuff. He got those old red ones that the guy in the caboose swings so another train doesn't hit him, and hung them on the hooks that used to hang actual 20th century electric lights. And when he lit these, they're kerosene.
Jesus.
The black soot that came out of this went on the ceiling and just turned the entire ceiling black. I'm coughing like a fucking Pennsylvania coal miner in my house at 15.
Did the Homeowners Association frown
They
upon
frowned upon open flame lighting.
But wasn't it
in the house?
And it was a shitty house, and they still had a homeowners association.
It was condos. Yeah, they were
shitty condos, right?
Yeah, they were your basic stacked on top of everything
Fucked up.
condo complex. But oh boy, did Dad! I even knew when we were signing the lease, there was this woman and man, and they were old, and they had just bought the fucking condo, and they decided they're going to make some money by renting it. And my dad was good, man. He came in, all smiles and everything, and they didn't even know they're old. And I remember this arthritic woman; her fingers were all twisted, and she's trying to hold the pen, and the lease is in front of her, and she had a little spectacles, and she's like, "The lessor or the lessee needs to," and my dad's just laughing, and I'm just, and even at that age, I'm looking at them going, "Oh, you poor motherfuckers. You don't even know you're not getting your rent. This place is going to be fucking trashed by the time 6 months goes by. You really are making a boo-boo."
What kind of history happened in your area that it's historic? I'm obsessing about that. Yeah, you said you live in a historic area.
No, not it's not like there was a Civil War battle.
Right.
Oh, not in.
I live in
Gettysburg.
Gettysburg.
Kalamazoo, the old part of town.
All right, okay.
Where they,
the historical society is like, well, just because it's old,
right? We got to save it.
It means something.
There are some houses on the block that are pretty sweet.
Yeah.
That the bigwigs in the community built, in the late 19th century.
Oh wow, yeah.
So yeah, they're pretty serious about it.
Nice.
Why did you choose there?
My wife is from there, and I went to school there, and know a lot of people. And
Are you in Kalamazoo?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got out. We sold our place last year here in New York. We're official.
You're back to Kalamazoo, coming home. Stephen Lynch, coming home.
My bathroom on the first floor, bigger than this room.
Whoa! Well, that's not saying much.
Yes, there's a lot of rooms in this fucking building bigger than this room.
Yeah, storage closet. Wow,
I was just
that's
pointing out
pretty
how small
cool.
my bathroom was.
Oh, okay. I thought you were bragging. Wow, so Kalamazoo. That's do you find that takes you kind of out of the mix of like L.A. or New York or? Oh yeah.
Yeah. Why do you think I'm not playing Carnegie Hall this year? Nobody fucking knows who I am anymore.
Oh, Steve,
I love it. I get to start fresh.
Yeah. Start
and
all
only
over.
the diehards show up
From your roots in Kalamazoo.
Yeah, we're sort of starting anew again.
Yeah.
Which I kind of dig it. It's
Are you
fun.
just on the road doing gigs, or are you working on
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
You ever know a girl named Melissa Stetton?
What's that?
She's from Kalamazoo.
No.
That's my ex.
Oh, really?
Fuck her. She'd always talk about Kalamazoo or something. Everyone from Kalamazoo. Isn't Jeter from
Is that
Kalamazoo?
why your eyes narrowed when I said
Kalamazoo.
You started twirling the ends of your lips.
Yeah. Derek Jeter's from Kalamazoo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Derek Jeter, Stephen Lynch, and Bitch. There you go.
Jimmy, he took 3 years off.
Did you really?
Well, I mean, I didn't really take 3 years off. I just didn't produce anything in 3 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wasn't doing any music.
We've made a career out of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn, welcome. Welcome
I mean,
to the
part of it
world.
was intentional. And then
Why? What
another
happened?
part of it was like, I just don't know what to do anymore.
He was sort of at a
You hit a wall,
crossroads.
right?
Yeah, I hit a wall. I was just like, the well is dry.
Wow. Yeah.
And then the well filled up a little bit.
Yeah, that's nice.
And I managed to write some new stuff.
Well, when you're writing songs, it's probably harder because I can go out and try a new joke one night and feel fresh, or a couple of new jokes. But for a new song, you got to have new music. There's a whole. It's got to be a whole. You know, it's a song. It's a lot more than just one or two lines.
Yeah. You have to have a concept and a beginning and a middle and an end. And
When did you realize you hit the wall? Like, what happened that you're like, I can't fucking do this right now?
well, I finished a tour and I came home and I was like, I'm going to take a few months off. Relax, enjoy my summer.
Oh, boy.
And then I'll dive back into it.
Yeah.
And then I just never dove back into
No
it.
diving happened.
Yeah, I just sort of looked at my piano and said, I don't know what to do with this thing anymore.
Wow, damn.
What changed? Like, what changed from the way you used to create to that? Did something change or
No,
switch?
nothing. It's just,
Were you kind of freaking out? Like, oh my God, nothing's coming to me. Yeah, God
well,
damn
I
it.
sort of embraced it at first. I was like, well, it's not meant to be. It's not meant to be. And then, you look at your bank account. It starts, it starts to move down. And we moved into this new place, which was expensive.
Man, yeah.
And sold our other place. And it got to the point where I was like, I have to get out on the road.
No
if I do
shit.
that, I have to come up with something new. And so I have to force myself to write.
And did you write any real shit first? Like, oh, that's terrible? Or did you... Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is called I'm Forcing It. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you enjoyed forced humor.
This is called All Filler. My new record, All Filler.
Yeah.
Wow.
Called Paying the Bills.
Killer.
What do you do with the lousy ones? Do you ever do anything with your lousy, awful songs, or a lousy paragraph that you thought would be a song, or one verse that never became a song?
Yeah, I usually play them on stage.
Oh, you do? Okay.
That's my act, Jimmy. I don't know if you've seen it. That's pretty much every shitty song I do. I play on stage. No, sometimes I'll play it just to see if I'm right about how shitty it is.
Right.
And I usually am.
I'm pretty good fucking
And then
judge.
sometimes I'll play it when I'm just in a mood.
Yeah.
Well,
Have you ever had
There you go. Suck on this, assholes.
Has it ever worked the other way where you had a shitty song where you thought you tried out and they fucking loved it?
Yeah.
And you just didn't see it?
Yeah.
Which one?
It's happened a couple of the ones on the new record. I
Really?
didn't think were going to be.
And they ended up fucking killing.
Yeah. One in particular I put on the record before I had even played it live.
Wow.
And it was a live performance that we did at the Symphony Space uptown, and it fucking killed. And it was
Wow.
probably the biggest laughs I got.
Wow.
So you never know.
Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah.
throw everything at the wall and see what sticks.
So do you feel back in the groove at least?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love the bowling song. I know we bring it up every time we hear it.
That
but I
grew
do.
on me,
I
yeah.
fucking love it.
That grew on
We
me.
beat the shit out of him the first time he played it for us.
Yep.
Well, you know how it's a thing now that people shout
It is a
at
thing,
me,
but I
which
do
is fine.
love it.
I get that. It's,
Right.
And it's funny and blah, blah, blah. And so sometimes as a fuck you to the audience, I go, okay, you really want to
You
hear
want
it, you asshole? Let me play it. And then after 2 minutes of just dead silence, I go, you still want this song?
Still want it?
Because I'm going to fucking finish it.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll even
Smatter.
add some shit to it.
Yeah. I'll add some even more obscure bowling references.
I love it, though. I absolutely love the
Yeah,
song.
hell yeah.
But it doesn't work out for anybody. I just feel dirty and bad afterwards. And they're kind of like, we just wanted to shout it.
You abused your kids,
We just
pretty
wanted
much.
you to make fun of us for shouting it.
Yeah.
I go, yeah, we're all in this together.
You know, we've known him 14 years.
Damn.
99.
Wow.
We figured it out.
Yeah.
That's a while. God damn.
Fucking 14 years.
Are you touring internationally too?
Yeah.
You do. That's got to be fun to go out and do gigs in like Australia or whatever.
Yeah.
No, I just picked Australia. It's the first country I thought of. It starts with A.
That's like, yeah, you think places in Europe would be first, maybe,
I know. Well, Africa was the first one.
Africa.
I said no.
Must be great to play Myanmar.
Yeah, you're right. That was silly. How about Benghazi? We'll move into the fucking bees.
You play Scandinavia a lot, and those shows are like, they're an aggressive people.
Yeah.
And they're all big.
Right.
Tall, good-looking people, and they chant and they stomp their feet, and it's a really sort of weird situation. But they speak, of course, flawless English.
Of course.
So they get it all.
Yeah.
That was what I was worried about the first time I went over there. It's like, oh my God, I'm going to Stockholm. They're just going to stare at me. And
yeah, what's he saying?
But they knew all the words already from YouTube videos.
I was going to say, YouTube really pushed your career forward.
Yeah.
Because people discovered you all over the world.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's pretty fucking cool.
And it opened up all sorts of markets.
iPhones in the audience. I used to, be like, what the fuck are you doing? Just watch the show. Now I encourage it.
Right.
Like, put this shit online for me, so I don't have to do it.
All right. Makes it a lot easier.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to ruin all the jokes, but who gives a shit? They're songs. They
But
can
if
sing them anyway.
Yeah, they're enjoyable anyway. Even if you know the punchline, it's still like, I like the way you sing. Your voice is amazing. It's still enjoyable to listen to.
Absolutely. Are you guys going to play today?
Yeah, that's why I brought these guys.
Yeah.
Okay, I brought the band.
The band, man. Who's the band?
This is Courtney J. She's a Nashville
Hi,
singer-songwriter.
Courtney.
She's touring with me. She's all over the new record.
Oh, I thought that was your wife.
No.
Oh,
This is
hi.
Courtney.
Hi.
And then this is Charlie King, who plays banjo and harmonica. And
I know Charlie. I took a few road trips with Charlie back in the day.
Olden days.
Yes.
This is good because I wasn't sure what the relationship was there, so I was taking little sneak peeks at her and stuff. So now I could kind of look and gawk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
You can ogle freely.
Yeah, I could ogle and oogle and gawk.
She's ridiculous.
She's very pretty.
She's ridiculously hot. Let's just get it out there so we can move on.
Steven's like, she's a beautiful lady. Let me tell you.
Folks.
Beautiful lady.
Yeah.
Let me grab my mic.
It's a great way to introduce her. This lovely lady.
Lovely. Let me introduce you this foxy lady here.
How long have you guys been singing together?
About a year.
Okay.
I went down to Nashville to record the studio portion of the new record, and I told the producer, I was like, find me somebody to sing with, because I want to do this
cool
Graham Parsons, Emmylou Harris vibe. On
nice, yeah.
So find me a really sweet, angelic female voice. And so he brought Courtney in.
I know who to get you.
Oh, wow.
That's exactly what he sounded like.
Actually, that's what he said.
Yeah, I love that shit.
That little lady living down yonder. Yeah, well, I do recall once we had a little lady in hair. Voice like a goddamn angel.
I wasn't recording this in a shack somewhere. That's what you're picturing him.
Oh, hold on. The stills are making a noise, and it's picking up on the microphone.
We've never been to Nashville. I just assume that's how it is down
hanging
there.
out of his mouth.
Yeah.
I went to
Oh, you did
Nashville
go down
once.
there with,
I've done gigs there.
with Jill.
Jill. I haven't.
Jill
Well, I haven't
McClaney.
fucking been.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fucking, the bar scene there is unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's fucking cool. We're just going from bar to bar, drinking.
It's cool town.
The new CD's called Lion. I see that you got a live CD and a studio CD.
Yeah, it's a double CD.
That's pretty cool.
I couldn't decide what to do, and I think a lot of people like their comedy with laughter in it.
Yes, of
even though
course.
it sort of annoys me. So I did what I wanted to do, which is go into a studio and make a real record.
Yeah.
And then I did all the same songs live.
Oh, wow.
Put
That's
them both
smart.
out, so now you can listen to whatever you want.
Oh, it's the same songs, but live.
Unique idea right
That
there.
is a unique
Studio
idea.
version.
Exactly.
Or you get
Yeah.
the live.
That's how I just explained my fucking CD. I was like, oh no, it was a studio version. But it's like, why is there no laughs on there? Like, you don't get
A
it.
comic goes into a studio and just does it.
No, it was in front of an audience, but I just needed
Yeah. You don't get it.
Yeah, it's the thing.
That's real funny, Steven.
Yeah.
The name of my CD is You Don't Get It.
Yeah. So you sang country, or did you sing something else?
I'm a solo artist. I sing alternative country.
Okay, what's alternative country?
Not Music Row.
Not Toby Keith.
Not.
Yeah. It's kind of crossover.
Yeah. I had a deal with Island Records and Universal Republic, and now I moved to Nashville and I'm self-releasing stuff.
You have a very nice speaking voice, so it's, I guess, helpful in a singer.
Yeah, I guess.
Good for interviews.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah. good for singing.
Good interview voice.
Oh, that's a great
That's
voice.
why I brought her along.
Yeah.
Good interview voice.
Just the voice, yeah.
You do the talking.
Yeah.
Well, let's play some songs, man.
Yeah.
All right, let's play a tune or two.
Nice.
Am I going back here for this?
What do,
God.
Mars, how we setting this up today? What do we got?
You got all the mics on that.
No, I know. Which ones are...
Maz.
You got 6, 7, 8.
6, 7, 8 is what you're going to do.
I like how the mic stand hits the TV. Hits that. Steven's got to squeeze in between the...
Oh, my God.
Oh,
Look,
this place is
we can't even
fucking-
see him anymore. He's behind the TV.
Yeah.
He is. He's
It's the only spot available for him.
Can we set these guys up in the lobby? Maybe you guys should play by the
Yeah,
elevators.
It's so embarrassing.
It really is.
We wanted to show Stephen Lynch, our old friend, that we're doing well.
Oh, well, we
It's
felt-
obvious we're not.
Felt miserably at that, didn't we?
We should have rented a bigger space today.
Yeah.
No, this is really our place now.
Yeah.
It's quaint.
Yeah,
Oh,
isn't it?
great, quaint.
Oh.
Unicorn, butterfly, angel wings, inner thigh, queer tattoo. That's a queer tattoo. Flaming skull, smoking pot. Bet you wish you never got that queer tattoo. It's a queer tattoo. You got a Tweety bird, got a school mascot, got a Hello Kitty, tell you what you got. Got a queer tattoo, such a queer tattoo. You think that symbol in Japanese means strength or honor? Nigga, please, it means queer tattoo. It's a queer tattoo. Charlie? Any lower back tattoo is queer. It might as well say insert cock here. Whore tattoo. That's a whore tattoo. And that teardrop under your eye that you got in prison 'cause you killed a guy. That's a cool tattoo. Sir, that's a cool tattoo. You got a comedy mask, got a tragedy mask, any fucking mask, then you must have asked for a queer tattoo. Give me your most queer tattoo. Your child's name with the words be strong would be beautiful, but they spelled strong wrong. Yeah, they spelled it strong. Your stupid kid will now be stoned. How the hell they get that wrong? Man, weren't you watching when they put that shit on? Say ba 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 ba. You love your laughing Jesus tat, but that's just Jesus laughing at your queer tattoos. Really queer tattoos. I guess you got that tribal band from a tribe indigenous to the land of queer tattoos. Really queer tattoos. You got barbed wire, got a poker ace, got that fucked up thing on Mike Tyson's face. Got a queer tattoo, a seriously queer tattoo. And by queer, I just mean bad. It wouldn't mean gay unless you had
a pink triangle on a rainbow flag with a bear wearing leather and a red ball gag.
Oh, that's a queer tattoo.
A literally queer tattoo.
Literally queer tattoo. Ba 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 ba. One more time now. Ba 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 ba.
Jesus. That was really fucking good, man.
That sounds great.
It's great.
See, it sounds so much better.
Oh,
with her singing it
yeah,
with me,
that's
doesn't
really
it?
sweet.
Yeah, your voice
It has
is
that
amazing.
sweet thing that is so wrong with the lyrics. Yeah.
Do you guys write serious songs too, or do you only do comedy? Like because you could make a living doing regular
I have
songs.
written a couple serious songs, but they will probably never see the light of
Why
day,
not?
I would imagine. I would have to, bare my soul. And
Songs
expose
about
my
loving
true
and
self to
losing.
people.
Yeah.
And no one wants to do that.
But
That's
still,
true.
I'm sure you could do it, and listening to you it would sound awesome.
Thanks. Well, if that comedy well does indeed run dry again, like if I go back to dip and there's
Yeah,
just
it's like,
mud at the bottom,
then you have to start.
you're going to see me, grow a big beard,
put your own
coffee shops.
Put your life out there, though. Oh God,
my name.
that'd be terrible.
Do a Chris Gaines. What was that his name? Chris
Oh,
Gaines?
right.
yeah.
We changed his
No,
image.
Ed Gain.
Start making lampshades out of people's skin and singing in coffee houses on the weekend.
Well, that's a great song, man.
Yeah.
Comedy well ran dry. Fuck you.
No, I think I'm back.
That's a great
I think
song.
I figured it out.
I know, but
I actually like the songs on this record, which is very unusual for me because I usually.
It's the CD is "Lion" by Stephen Lynch. Of course, that was tattoo. Where do they get it? Your website? Where's the easiest place?
StephenLynch.com, iTunes, Amazon, wherever.
How long has it been out?
Came out in the end of November.
Oh, okay, so it's a few months.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys want to do another one?
Yes,
Should we?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
All right. Let's do that one.
I don't know. You pick.
Stephen, do you write all of it, or do you have help writing?
Let's do this one. Okay. No,
Just you.
it's just me sitting in my basement all by myself.
I'm getting a request. I'm getting a request for The Night I Laid You Down.
Oh, The Night I Laid You Down? All right, we can do that one.
That's what we're doing.
Oh, that's what we're doing.
Oh,
Okay.
look at that! Wow.
I thought we were doing that one.
Damn.
All right, so this is well, I'll just play it. You ready, Chuck?
We were young, maybe 20. You wore a white dressing gown, drinking wine and dancing slowly on the night I laid you down. In the moonlight revealed your body as the radio played some old Phil Collins song, and we believed in something holy on the night I laid you down.
We had love in our eyes. We had passion in our souls. There was fire in our kisses, but it was not a Phil Collins song. It might have been like Mike and the Mechanics.
Don't know who that is.
Yes, you do. He was the other guy in Genesis.
I'm pretty sure that it was Phil Collins.
No, it wasn't. On the night I laid you down.
Anyway,
it
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
We made love
until the dawn.
Two hearts beating.
Two hearts beating.
Was all we heard.
Oh boy, here we go.
Besides that old.
There was fucking no Phil Collins song.
Well, I'm positive it was that song from the movie with the jam box.
Say anything.
That's the one.
Who the hell mixes up Peter Gabriel with Phil Collins?
Well, fuck you, I guess I'm no expert.
No, you're
in
not.
Fucking 90s music.
80s.
Whatever.
On the night I laid you down. On the night I laid you down.
Jesus.
That was very tender.
Yes, very tender.
That's great.
Nice.
Tender Phil Collins.
You guys have a very nice
to do a video
voices
and have him
together.
Play the drums in the song.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody know Phil Collins?
I never heard of him.
He actually asked to do something for me, and I turned him down. Like, I don't care for your drumming.
I think you could call in that favor.
In the middle of your sweet vocals, he could go.
Exactly.
Yeah, but all you got, if you just
right at the end.
Yeah.
Do you have a version where you don't say fuck? Because that could easily get regular radio play.
Oh.
Well, I mean, we could probably figure it out.
Take the fuck out.
But I'm saying, like, that's a really good song.
It really is. It sounds great.
Goddamn.
And
I don't know. What can you say on the radio anymore?
I know.
Who knows?
Right?
We met Phil Collins once. He was an asshole.
He was?
Yeah. He
And
might
I
have been
loved
having a bad day.
And I loved Genesis growing up. And I finally get to meet the guy, and he was so annoyed that we wanted a picture.
Maybe he was having a bad
He might have been going through fucking divorce with no prenup, number 7. Dummy. Boy, he loves getting fucked in court.
Oh, Jesus.
That's his big turn on.
He might have just heard Peter Gabriel's new record. That's why he was
Is
so
it good?
angry. No, I have no idea.
What a literal idiot I am. He's making a joke, and I stop all the fun. All kidding aside, how is it?
Is that on iTunes yet?
God, what an asshole. Sorry, Stephen. I should have interrupted the song. Are you guys really a couple? Boob.
You seem to have a good relationship. Why fight over one song?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't get what's wrong
Isn't
with
the
you two?
lovemaking more important?
Counseling might help.
Why rehash it all again to music?
Yeah.
It seems like you've worked it out.
So what have you done in the past? You were singing and.
Yeah, I put out 2 records, and I'm about to put out another one in
your
a
new
week.
record. May 7th.
Wow.
Next Tuesday.
Oh.
Are the records you put out in this kind of vibe of what you just sang?
No, they're
They're good music.
no.
Hey,
It's real music.
does Sirius play any of your stuff?
Yeah, I've been here before.
Whoa.
Yeah, I
we missed
see
that?
royalty statements that say Sirius on it. So
Wow. Royalty.
Really?
I do.
Those must say like
What?
0.0001 cent.
What was your biggest song?
It was a song called "Can't Behave."
We have that, E-Rock.
I'm looking.
It's about the teens in Detroit. See what I did there? I made it a racist joke.
It was a long time ago, though. It was in
I
2005.
saw it as more of a teen joke.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
It's
so did the mainstream
age
media.
humor. So what about, what's this new record? What's this?
It's more like a 70s inspired pop country album.
Oh, nice.
Like Linda Ronstadt, Dolly Parton.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, those are my heroes.
I just heard Jolene on my iPod the other day. I'm
Oh,
a big
so-
Dolly Parton fan.
So good.
I like 2 Dolly Parton songs. I shouldn't claim to be
Jolene's
obsessed.
great. That's a great song.
Yeah, she had a slower version and a faster version. Which do you prefer?
I like the studio version. I don't know which one you would say. Probably the faster one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I prefer the slower one. Well, kind of like the song. We have a little difference.
Well-
in
Yeah,
opinion.
there you go.
We should have her sing a song separately, too.
Oh, Jesus.
Why not?
Look at Steven. It's like, hey, it's my
No,
fucking
I'm
song.
fine. Well, of course.
Oh, I saw Steven look at Dopey like, fuck you, man.
This is my time. I'm only here once
excuse
every
me?
3 years. Just give me this.
Yeah, I want to
No,
talk.
no, I would love to have her play as
Enough with this every 3 years shit.
I
Come
know.
back and see
I told
us.
you I was off the grid.
All right.
I was off the grid. I wasn't
Yeah.
much
Yeah,
of really
man,
anything.
We miss
No
us.
shit.
I've been hearing about you guys though
Oh.
since we
Well-
started
Yeah.
together, so I've been excited to meet you.
I remember-
He speaks very highly of you.
Oh, thank you.
Wow.
I remember when we first started.
It's not true.
I remember when we first started on satellite, and we used to do afternoons when we were You're really close and hanging out. And remember when Lynch comes in here with beer, like everything is still the same as the old days?
I know.
I'm like, dude, it's 6 in the morning.
Dude, right?
Oh, yeah. That did
Those
happen.
Remember that? You're like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys?
Was great. We would drink like fucking maniacs.
Yeah, well...
Have beers behind the monitor of my computer and just be drinking during the show.
I mean, let me ask you something. You guys are on satellite radio, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
boy.
does it matter if you're on at 6 in the morning or at 2 in the afternoon?
Not really.
They replay us, which is good.
Yeah, not really.
You get replay.
Oh, I guess, yeah, you could replay the live show.
A lot of people hear this
but
in the afternoon.
If we did an afternoon show, they'd be like, well, your topical, morning show stuff is the...
right.
I know, believe me, right?
Yeah, I'd rather get up a little later.
And you get the people that used to come in afternoon,
Yeah, man, there was a
the
better
degenerates don't wake up until later in the afternoon. So, yeah.
I think we get better guests in the morning, though, like more because they're around doing the morning show circuit front. We get a lot of them right from Good Morning America.
Celebrities, but you're not going to get a girl that could shoot ping pong balls out of her pussy waking up at
really.
That's a great point.
6A.
They're not crack of dawn type folks.
Like they've been to bed. Come on.
Yeah, she's in shock. Yeah, that might have happened.
Yeah.
Back in the old,
we
back
might
in the
have-
old
A lot of
days.
stuff might have happened.
Yeah, a lot of stuff
We
might
had
have.
a lady that was able to throw eggs from her,
Wow.
and we would hit them with baseball bats.
Well, actually, it was an Easter event, and she would throw the eggs out, and we had a blind guy with an Easter basket try to catch the eggs.
And then we did batting practice.
Yeah.
We were very impressed.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It really was amazing.
Do you not do that kind of thing anymore?
No,
What happened? We did a fun
Look
thing.
at Lynch, what happened?
I know.
We've had a long 3 years, too,
Well,
pal.
yeah, we sat back, we assessed, we did.
We
We
did a
don't do
fun thing.
shit.
No, we had a fun contest recently. Mars wrote down a number, and we all had to guess what the number was. It was wild.
We had to go through the lawyers, though, just in case we guessed the same number.
Right.
How would that litigate in court? Yeah,
We do color of the day. That's good.
yeah, that's.
Oh, I guess after the whole, big thing.
Well,
that's what.
What our thing?
Yeah,
the church
St.
thing?
Patrick's thing.
No, when we went to Satellite, we didn't miss a beat. We were doing a lot
That's
of crazy
right. I
shit.
remember you still were
We
doing
used
the.
to- and then
wiffle ball
slowly
bat
but surely,
There were a couple of instances when that woman died from drinking the water at a radio contest,
Yeah, that fucking
and
shut
that
down a
made
few
everyone go,
people.
"Well, you can't have contests anymore."
Stupid.
Oh, right.
And then no
bladder.
nudity.
Her bladder, I mean.
Yeah, yes,
not
exactly.
Which would also stupid bladder applies there too.
God.
Yeah, we don't do shit anymore.
No.
I just felt all the energy get sucked out of the room.
Yeah, that happened a long time ago. God.
We want to do. We want to do more, but
Oh yeah.
I don't know, whatever.
What the fuck?
I really want to get this fucking Stephen Lynch CD for real.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not just saying that to plug it.
Rails.
Thank you.
We got one copy, and I'm
Of
taking
course,
it
we're
home.
gonna be smart.
I'm taking it home.
The rest of us will download it.
We used to have
No, I'll
such
get
a-
you some.
I'll download it.
We used to have a blast at like Bar 9 when we used to all hang out down there. Fucking Jay
yeah.
Moore would show up and my brother, and we'd just get on stage hammered.
Yeah.
And just fucking sing, all drunk. It's great.
Sing any song. You
know.
guys would sing any fucking song.
Anything. If he would yell shit
Well,
out.
your
it's
brother
like-
knew pretty much every
He
song.
could-
that was
yeah,
written.
he knew anything, and you could sing fucking anything.
You don't
It
do
was-
that anymore, right? Or do you guys do?
no,
did you get the band back together?
We still, as a matter of fact, we'll be playing on May 18th at Mexicali Live in Jersey.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Rot gut?
I know, yeah. we figured we'd do probably like 4 a year. So we got together, rehearsed. We had such a pisser just rehearsing because it didn't matter anymore. It wasn't like, man, total fucking lack of dedication. You're late for practice. What the fuck? You broke a string and now you're fucking going through your fucking case trying to find one? Oh, another pick. You need a pick. You know, a pick is fucking... And now it's just like we laugh. We hope the other bands have attitudes so we can see that.
You have 4 shows a year.
Yeah, that's it. It just doesn't matter.
You guys
anymore.
are on this exact same career trajectory as I am.
As you
It's uncanny.
It's just
4 shows a year. You just don't give a shit anymore.
You don't give a fuck. It's just that.
But there's a certain freedom to not giving a fuck.
Yes. Yeah.
Which I think makes our show 10 times better than it used to be. Because I used to be all fucking crazy about it. And what am I going to do? And now it's just like, let's just go have fun and see what happens.
We used to show up at gigs and it would be like, why is this fucking band going on at fucking 11? We were supposed to go on at 11.
Right.
And then they strike the fucking kid. We're not going to play in front of this fucking guy. Hey, they fucking jacked us on the sound and lights. We look like shit and fucking sound. And now it's just like, I don't fucking care.
Right.
Who cares?
Now I'm going to go, no electricity? Fine.
Who cares?
I'll sit in the middle of the audience.
Good. We'll just do an acoustic show. It'll be great.
Unplugged.
Unfucking plugged. Just, that's it. I don't care anymore. Don't care.
Nice. Maybe I'll come back to see Rock.
Fucking, you make a mistake like that. It's a fucking showcase show. There could be a fucking record guy out there. Really? Is there? No.
It's also important.
It's not.
Isn't it?
It's not. And he doesn't care that the guitarist missed one fucking note on your shitty original.
Right. Which he's taking a leak during. Anyway.
Right. He doesn't care.
I don't give a fuck. Yeah. You guys want to do one more? You can do an old one, a new one. You can do a fucking cover.
I don't do
give
old
a
ones anymore.
No? Once again, I fucking am literal Jim. What the fuck's wrong with me? I apologize. I'm so sick of, but I don't know. I'm just believing. What a gullible douche I turned into.
It's up to you. Whatever you guys want to do.
No, let's do the other one.
Which one?
This one.
Is it off the new record?
Oh, okay.
You think?
Yeah.
Is it off the new record?
Yes. This one's a little faster because those are such ballady songs.
Oh, okay. Got it.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. All right. There's a song about we travel, as a community of vegans, and that's what this song's about.
Oh, right.
What the fuck is that? That's it! This showcase is over!
Yo, fuck this shit!
We're out of here!
If you're not gonna fucking practice your shit,
you're out of the band!
Fucking only as strong as the weakest link, weak link.
The song.
Why do you think I'm talking? So you can tune. This isn't a real conversation.
You'll make us get another banjo player.
Vegan living, so healthy and clean, so much brown rice, so many mung beans, and no meat, not one bite of meat. Juicy meat, succulent meat. Instead I get gluten and seaweed stew, rice, milk, and lentils, and fucking tofu. I respect every creature from horsefly to cow, but I'd blow a goat for some bacon right now. Yeah, I'd blow a goat for some bacon right now. You eat just southern fried chicken and, well, I'll just have fruit. How's that T-bone? No, really it's cool. I'll just suck on this turnip root with a couple chickpeas. Kill me, please. I'm tired of hummus and bulgur wheat. Tofurkey, fuck yourself, I want some meat. I respect every creature, the birds and the bees, but I'd eat the shit out some Whopper with cheese. Believe me, I'd fuck up that Whopper with cheese. Brussels sprouts and a red beet, a handful of trail mix, what a treat. Well, how about some soy yogurt served in a bowl? I'd rather eat a hobo's asshole. Yeah, I'd rather eat a hobo's asshole.
Damn.
Yeah. That says it all. Fucking.
Are you guys really vegans?
No.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, now I'm doing it. No, Jimmy, we're not. That's part of the joke of the song.
Do vegans like that song, or do they find it offensive? Or do they kind of relate to the...
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I can't imagine that they would give a shit, really.
They're not a hypersensitive group.
They're a little uptight.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Oh, I'm sure they don't like it at all. It's not even accurate.
Yeah.
Be like, we don't eat that. It's not
Oh, they do.
accurate.
I did research for that
some
motherfucker. 'Cause I didn't know what vegans ate. You know,
Vegans eat.
I think they don't eat meat, but they don't fucking eat anything.
Tofurkey stinks.
Yeah.
It's awful.
They try to have those cute names like that, Tofurkey, and have a knot dog. What? A knot dog?
Oh, yeah, I came up with one once that I don't think they have yet. Fake ham, sham.
Oh, shit.
I was like, this is going to make me $1 million if I buy a fake meat processing
meat?
plant.
Yeah.
All right, fuck it. I'm not going to make any sham.
What's in a knot? What's in a knot dog?
I don't know. It's tofu and seasonings to try to
but
make
it looks like a hot dog. That's the problem with that shit.
Tofurkey and a
You
knot
can't make
dog.
it look like the delicious other version of it.
And a burger that just isn't a burger.
No.
Like that. Could you put this on the grill, but keep it separate from the burgers and put that? And then it's just like fucking broccoli chunks are falling out of it. What is that? It's not a burger. Stop it.
It gets you so angry.
Yeah. Big fucking corn is popping on the grill.
You don't like a veggie burger?
Oh, a veggie burger stinks.
Every once in a while, not too bad.
It's just, your burger's popping. Yeah, I think your burger's done. Fucking popping. Yeah, that's great. No way.
I mean, they don't eat
Jose.
honey.
Because it's
They
bee
don't like
labor.
that?
Bee labor.
Bee
That's what they say.
labor, stop it.
Nothing with animal labor. Honey, sometimes they'll eat because it's what the bees like to do. I've heard honey at times they will eat.
I thought it was any animal sort of I guess there are various degrees of veganism.
I think they say that honey is something that bees are making, and it's not. It's part of. There's a reason they are okay with honey. Some of them, from what I know. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, it just
I guess they
seems very
discuss it with
difficult.
the animals.
It's bad enough, like when you're dating a vegetarian or something, to just go out. Like, oh yeah, where do I want to go? I want to go to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse or something. It's, oh right, that's right. You're a pain in the ass. Yeah. All right, or you go to and
they have sides at Ruth's
and they
Chris.
always sit there and go, no, wherever you want to go, it's fine. No, I know I'm a vegetarian, it's fine. And then you sit there and they pull up the menu and they're like, yeah.
Is this that girl from Kalamazoo again?
Yeah, right. Your girlfriend from Michigan.
Let me have 3 orders of mac and cheese.
No cheese.
Oh, no cheese.
Vegetarian. That's right. Vegetarians can eat cheese.
Oh, I couldn't stomach a vegan. They'd be eating fucking lead.
I love vegetarians with an asterisk. Like I'm a vegetarian, except I eat bacon and I eat fucking cheese and I eat just shut
fish
up.
and chicken.
Yeah, exactly.
Just no red meat.
I'm a vegan. Where the fuck would you even go to eat with a vegan? French fries.
There's vegan restaurants in New
Potatoes
York.
have eyes. What? I don't. No, you're getting it wrong.
They don't
They
say that,
don't
do they?
see. No, I would assume they don't, but maybe they do. They have eyes. Nothing with a face or family. Shut up. Oh,
I don't know, man. I couldn't do it.
how about a good lead Pez, you fucker?
Sometimes they have some good. I've eaten a couple vegan restaurants that were good, but in New York you can get that. But like a lot of places on the road, it's fucking impossible.
Yeah, something tells me in like Tupelo, you're not getting a good vegan place to go to.
What you want to eat here?
That guy again. When he's not running the studio, when he's not running the studio, he
Fancy
runs
meeting you here.
a vegan restaurant.
Vegan restaurant.
We do have to take a break, unfortunately.
That's right. We serve all kinds of food here. We got the vegan food. What you want there, Tofurkey? We got that. We're all about what people like that. No colored. Keep the...
Yeah, white only counter at the vegan restaurant. That's what like worlds colliding.
Well, Lynchy, a pleasure, sir.
Absolutely.
And to the rest of the gang, a pleasure
I know,
as well.
right?
Too long.
Way too long.
Yeah.
The new CD is called Lion, and it's we got a link on our Facebook page, Opie and Anthony, and it's StephenLynch.com for yeah. You'll pick it up. It looks great.
And Courtney J. is how you say it, right?
Yes.
Very lovely, very
May
talented.
7th, her new record.
Yes.
Does your boyfriend or husband mind that you're out touring?
No boyfriend, no husband.
Nice.
That's how that shit works. I'm a smooth motherfucker.
I warned you about this in the car. I told you this is going to happen.
Yeah, but watch. There's probably a reason she doesn't have a boyfriend or husband, and it's the atomic bomb. There's nothing you can do about it. She's gay.
Oh.
I know. I didn't think so. I was just testing because I don't want you to tell me that after. Hi, do you think we could? No, I'm a lesbian.
Now watch her say that anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And I believe it. Oh, okay, really? All right.
Okay. We should play her song.
I respect that.
Let's play her song into break.
Going into break,
Yeah?
absolutely.
What the fuck? What's the name of it again? You're on.
Is it a new one or no?
It's called Can't
You
Behave.
have a new one with you?
I don't have a new one with me.
All right. If this was a
It's an
huge
older
song,
Well,
Can't
it wasn't
Behave.
a huge song, but it was
You
something.
don't want us playing it, do you?
I mean, it's older, so
That's all right. It's new to us.
it's new to you.
Yeah. And some people will enjoy it and go, I'd like to hear more about this. Is Courtney J.
As long as it doesn't go like ba 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 bang bang bang. It's really old. It's kind of an older song.
Yeah.
We'll play it to the hook.
If you go putting on the reds.
Thanks, guys.
We'll play a taste of it.
She did that version of the song. She got a Frankenstein to come in and do it.
Yes. I love that.
We'll play a little bit of it. What the hell? Stephen Lynch, thank you so much.
Thanks,
to
guys.
the rest
Good
of you
to see you.
guys. And we'll be back.
I got eyes in the back of my head. Your halo is turning red. Fooling around, knocking me off my cloud. They're talking about your mischievous ways. Boy, it's painted all over your face. Stealing a kiss, mysterious whispers, a thorn in my pride. I'm still by your side, but one day I'm walking away. The tide is gonna turn, I'm gonna find my place. Give me a reason to stay. I wanna be a lover, baby, but you can't behave. Remember the days and the Hollywood nights. What happened to paradise? Stolen away, and I can't replace it now. 'Cause rumors are flying that I can't avoid. Are they true or am I paranoid? Living like this, it's driving me crazy. So make up your mind. You're running out of time. 'Cause one day I'm walking away. The tide is gonna turn, I'm gonna find my place. Give me a reason to stay. I wanna be your lover, baby, but you can't behave. Oh,
I guess we lost one of these little fellas, huh?
Chris Cross.
We lost Chris. Yeah, we lost Chris.
What happened?
From Chris Cross. He's not a little fella anymore.
No.
Well, first of all, he's dead.
Yeah.
You kidding?
He was 34, living in Atlanta. Possible drug overdose.
Oh, man.
For Chris Kelly from Chris Cross. Let's listen to some Chris Cross. All right, that's enough.
Oh, yeah? Chris Cross.
One-hit wonder, right, officially, for them?
Of course they are. Did they do it at the playground?
No, that was another bad creation.
Oh.
What do you mean? What was the name, though?
Chris Cross out of field.
Yeah.
Jimmy, Jimmy, were you working that during the break, or?
Nah, she's really nice though. But Courtney J.
She's very pretty.
She's really beautiful, but she can really sing, and they sing well together. I was talking to Steven. I'm like, why don't you guys? And it's not like I don't love the comedy stuff, because I do.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you could do other songs too. Like, you could do comedy shit. I'm like, some of this stuff with one word difference.
Yeah.
If you just take out a curse and it could get regular radio play.
Don't you think that's the same as someone coming up to you and going,
No.
Jimmy, why don't you do this with your comedy act?
No, because he knows. With a songwriter, it's different. It's not like, hey, the jokes don't work. Obviously, the jokes work.
Right. Yeah.
But you could do both. Not you should do this instead of comedy. But like, why don't you do this in addition? Because as a songwriter, you love writing comedy songs, but there's also there's no songwriter that doesn't want to write like serious songs too. Like with comedians, we tell jokes, and then there's times where we want to say serious shit, but we really can't do too much of that. That's the same thing. Like that'll be almost like if there was an opportunity for me just to say serious shit on stage. I would love it.
Well, that'd be great.
But you just can't do that.
Yeah.
With a singer, you can do both.
I think he also let the cat out of the bag a little when he said, I don't want to open myself up like that.
Right.
I think
emotionally.
I think he means it. Like a real good songwriter has to kind of really put yourself out there.
But he's a really good songwriter, Stephen Lynch. That's why he's lasted so long.
Yeah,
There's a lot of people that do goof songs that come and go, but the structure in his song.
No shoehorning, which is so important.
No, man, the structure's amazing. I
mean, it's got the chorus verse thing.
And if they're touring, I feel like they could every once in a while, they're feeling it and like, hey, let's just we're gonna do a real one for you guys. Just
boo. Imagine
you
that.
think?
I don't know. You can't tell.
Or is it an encore or something? I don't know. Just throw it in there.
Yeah.
Who knows? What do we know? We're not in that world.
Maybe like Joe Piscopo's fucking song about his chick there. Remember that one? His serious song.
That was really nice.
Yeah, I do.
He's doing comedy, and then he fucking sang
holy fuck,
his little song.
Dude, 3 million people watched Inside Amy Schumer last night.
Yeah, it was a bomb. Biggest premiere of the year for Comedy Central.
Comedy Central's best premiere of the year. Way to go, Amy Schumer.
She's also, there's fucking Amy billboards in Times Square. Apparently the subways are plastered with Amy stuff.
Damn.
So Comedy Central's doing it right.
Kenny pointed out the Amy Schumer billboard on the way in today.
Oh, yeah?
Huge Times Square billboard.
Wow. Imagine getting support like that. Jesus.
No, I can't. I don't know what we'd do.
Nice. They really, committed. It's great.
Remember, we had a Times Square billboard once.
Oh, my God. It was fucking... I mean, look, it's a Times Square billboard, but...
We were so mad at CBS, we were ready to go across the street. So they pulled out all the stops, and then we find out, years later, that the only reason we got a Times Square billboard is because they own all the billboards.
They owned it.
And they had, 2 days in between real ad campaigns.
Right.
Because I was like, holy fuck, we got a Times Square billboard. They made our WOW sticker into this huge billboard with our names and stuff. And I was so excited. And I remember, I forgot who was in town, but I wanted to show them the Times Square billboard. It was a mere 2 days after they told me.
Gone.
And we went down there, and it was gone. And I was so embarrassed because I come out of the subway, and here it was.
What? Sopranos on HBO?
Right. But I was thinking they really stepped forward, but no, they had a couple days in between campaigns, and they threw us up there.
Do you remember CBS gave you a TV commercial where they didn't have you in it? It was just text, and it only ran for 1 weekend?
Yeah.
And then they taped another one, and it never aired, and I don't know.
You got Madison Square Garden.
That was XM.
Right.
XM, for the most part, always did the right thing.
XM was,
after ELO came aboard.
The pluses and minuses from XM, there's a lot of pluses there. You're never going to get a perfect score. But,
no.
That was great. Compared to, Sirius changing our fucking channel number, by the way, people. Yeah.
Well,
yeah, they heard the promo.
Yeah, the promos
Oh,
are running.
good. They're finally running?
Yeah, everything's good.
Oh, good. Right on schedule. They've been on hold for how long?
They weren't officially scheduled today, but then we bitch and complain.
Of course they
weren't.
weren't.
And that's why we bitch and complain, because it gets things done.
And why weren't they scheduled for today?
Because they're stupid.
And when would they have been scheduled for? And what's the thought process from not playing them from weeks ago when they first knew that this was going to happen? They don't have an answer, or they do, and it's a bullshit answer.
They said it was starting today.
Yeah, they said it right after we bitched, and nothing was in the log about those starting today. So
They are now.
Yeah.
You want to hear it?
Let me hear it.
It's a real comedy of errors.
You don't want to hear it?
I don't care.
I haven't heard it.
That's fine.
I want to see
Let's
how
hear
how it fucking sounds.
We're reorganizing things to make it easier for you to discover what you like to listen to.
What? Nice spin.
New channels. Starting next Thursday, SiriusXM is bringing you a new and improved channel number lineup. The Opie and Anthony channel will be moving to XM 103 on Thursday, May 9th. The channel will remain on Sirius 206. And don't forget, tune to XM 103 starting Thursday, May 9th for the Opie and Anthony channel. To get a new customized channel guide, just go to SiriusXM.com today.
And print it out yourself, probably.
Yeah. And,
Right?
Yeah.
So it's 103, 206.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, sex radio.
Yeah, we're taking over.
Hey, I noticed that the filming of Jaws began 39 years ago.
Whoa.
I just happened to watch Jaws for the first time in a while the other night it was on.
Yeah.
And you know how we always talk about how that movie holds up?
Uh-huh.
It does, except for the fucking head popping out of the boat and the leg.
Yeah, well.
Those two scenes don't. I mean,
you don't like the leg falling? I kind of
the
like
scare factor is still there, but
the head popping out was kind of cool.
Look at it again. It's so like phony looking. It's so phony looking.
It was more the shock of it.
Of course, the
coming
shock
out,
is
yeah.
still there, but the actual.
Yeah.
They would make that look even fucking more real.
Yeah. Well, the shark.
And the leg is like it
the
looks
shark
so.
doesn't look real. I mean, it looks pretty mechanical.
Yeah,
but
when
back then it was
when it's under the water.
Oh, when it's under the water,
just
it's great.
below the surface.
But when it pops up and it's chewing and it's like, you know, it looks very mechanical.
And when Robert Shaw said he'll never go down with 3 hats on,
It wasn't.
he went
hats.
down with 2 hats.
Yeah.
Barrels, Jimmy.
No, he was wearing hats.
Oh.
He had shark fedoras. And they put one on his fin. He'll never go into it 3 hats.
3 hats.
They got a lot of great actors in that movie, obviously, but they were so lucky to have Robert Shaw. His performance in that movie is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I know Roy Scheider is
Got the fire extinguisher, Chief.
but his performance is just over the top, unbelievable how great it is.
Tremendous.
Tremendous, right?
And then again, Richard Dreyfuss
They were great
is
in the
so
movie.
great at being naturally just like he's such a good actor.
Yeah.
And Scheider, they were perfect. It was perfectly acted.
And then the mayor is just so
hateable.
I love him.
So great.
He's great.
Like I said, some great actors.
Strung up by their Buster Browns.
And Shaw on that boat giving that speech is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Gives you chills how good it is.
Yeah.
Well, it's very, no distress signal had been sent.
And
he smiles, sent.
But just how it goes from such a they're having a lot of fun and laughing their asses off to dead serious. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, that's just brilliant acting, man.
Start the engines, Hoover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No channel lineup had been sent. Yes. No production had been sent.
Something else. We lost Chris Kelly, Chris Cross, or something else. The Tony Siragusa at the Pens commercial.
Dude,
We've
this
had
is so
Tony in here.
embarrassing.
But it really is.
So embarrassing.
They're trying to make it cool to fucking what?
I guess they're trying to make
Pad
it
your
like,
shit?
look, if you're a man and you're pissing yourself a little bit, don't worry about it. You could still be a man. Because Tony says so.
Right.
And the whole commercial is based on this man cave kind of, yay, look at us. We're still men, but I wear a little dighty.
Right.
I wear a little Kotex in my undies to sop up my pissy pants.
That's so silly.
Yeah, but the commercial
is uncomfortably
because they try to make it like you're more of a man if you wear these.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm going to buy a box just to fucking be a man.
Aren't you more of a man if you don't give a fuck that's just dripping into your underpants?
Exactly.
That's a real man.
Here's what a real man
Gives a
does.
fuck.
He gets his wife in there and he says, lock your lips around that. I feel some tinkle coming.
That's a man.
I'm playing cards with the boys. Lock your lips around this. Sop up some tinkle.
A real man takes his soap-stained fucking underwear and gives it to his wife to wash it.
Yeah.
To
Now
wash
wash
it
it.
out.
Yeah. Go hit this
now
on a rock.
wash it.
Yeah.
Go down to the river and wash out my fucking yellow stains.
So I guess it's Poise. Is that what it is? And they're
That's the product name.
Isn't it? Poise. And it's not a diaper, but it's like this cup-looking pad that goes in your undies right where your cock is. So if you have a little leakage,
a little drippage,
you're all right. Let's see the commercial there,
Sure.
Samuel.
I'm Tony Siragusa, and I've been around the toughest guys in football.
Oh, it's Depends.
Now I'm training guys who leak a little to guard their manhood with man-style protection of new Depend shields and guards. Who are you? This is my house. Perfect. Come with me. Built you a little man space under here.
Man space. Oh, could you pause?
Pause. Pen shields and
Like
guards.
he opens up the cabinet under the bathroom sink,
right?
Where he said, "I built you a little man space,"
right.
And now inside is a dartboard, a football table,
It's a man cave,
poker chip.
It's a mini man cave,
an air hockey game. Yeah, it's a little miniature man cave where he stores his Depend pissy pads.
Wouldn't your wife make fun of your pissy pads?
Of course she would not. She would not look at that and be proud and think fondly of it.
What'd she go? My parents are coming over. Can you hide your pissy
Hide your
pads?
pissy pad, and she think
put
back
it in the
when
basement in a box somewhere.
when you first got together and you didn't piss yourself.
Right.
It's just,
no, pissy pads are not cool.
No. So look, there's a bowl of chips and some peanuts in there, and it's just a little man cave that he built to store his pissy pads. Let's see the rest here.
Sweet. See, Depend shields and guards are made to fit guys. That's awesome.
Oh, God.
I trained that guy. Now it's your turn. Go online for my tips to help guard your manhood with new Depend shields and guards.
Shields, guards, manhood. They're trying to make it
And
seem
he's over
like
the top with his delivery.
Yeah. Hey, he probably initially went like, hey, yeah, and they're like, no, Tony. You gotta like really over the top man this up. This isn't about like a Kotex or a fucking Modest pad.
This is cool.
This is for men. This is something that you don't have to be ashamed of. You're protecting your manhood. You were guarding and shielding. Oh, you're fucking done.
Get a hold of yourself.
You're done. It's like those fucking, is it the Viagra commercials or the Cialis? I think Viagra ones, where it's and he's solving every problem except his rod.
Right.
He's like, oh, his lighter broke, and he pulls out a pocket knife and some flint.
Right.
Then he fucking bashes it together and lights a fire.
Well, you know what that
realizes,
means.
yeah.
Okay.
The flint.
You're supposed to be bashing your
hard on with it.
Your turgid cock
It
into
just
some
makes
vagina.
It makes him
but
feel
they can't show
bad.
that on network television, so it's the
Yeah. And then his car's overheating, and he's fucking pouring the bottled water he bought from the gas station into it, and he's back on the road again. He's always alone and solving all kinds of problems, except for that limp fucking dick in his pants.
I like the one where the couple runs out in the rain. Into the rain.
I think that's the Cialis one, right?
Well, that symbolizes fucking jizz flying everywhere.
Jizz is all over the
place. But
place.
they can't show jizz flying everywhere on network TV. So let's have them just run out into the rain and let the viewer figure it out.
It's rain. And then they got the couple that's sitting in the separate bathtubs holding hands.
Right.
I don't know what that's supposed to fucking represent.
That represents you got to cool off your shit because you're having so much sex.
With your big fucking turgid rod.
You got to fucking cool that shit off after you're done with it. You got to let it calm down.
Right. I didn't think of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bubble bath will cure all that.
Get in the tub.
Yes.
Pull that rod off.
Did they forget he forgot about taping his ass together? Yeah, Stephen Montana, that's right. Saragusa told a story where he taped his ass together to keep the shit in.
Oh, why don't you just wrap some tape around your cock if you're leaking? A little duct tape.
Yes. This is for men.
For men. Yeah, protect your manhood. Depends. And it's like green. The packaging is green, like a football field. Yeah.
Looks like a men's deodorant package.
Right, it does.
I hope he got paid a lot of money.
Oh, man.
For that.
That's like the one with fucking the diaper one. The full diaper one with who was that chick that was doing that? She's on the dress on the red.
Lisa
Lisa Rinna.
trying to make that cool.
Yeah, look. And her husband's
and that dopey husband of hers, like, yeah, no, it really is. Is it cool?
She turns around with the diaper on, but she's got a dress on. He's kind of looking at the camera like, yeah.
What do you guys
no,
think?
Not yet. She's wearing a dighty.
What I'm thinking is that her uterus is falling out.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking.
I think she's pissing and shitting herself.
Right.
Just because a woman pisses all over herself doesn't mean she can't be sexy at the same time.
Absolutely. Well, to me, if she doesn't, she can't be sexy. I hate those damn diapers.
There must be something about voluntary urination and involuntary, though, Jimmy, that kind of makes it hot.
No.
No? You don't care when and where it's coming out?
No.
At the mall?
Oh, there is one other thing.
Oh.
The Redskins.
To the Red Tails are thinking of changing it.
The politicians want the Redskins to change their name to the Red Tails.
Well, the politicians, I mean, they can't legislate it. They can ask for it. But I don't know if I like Red Tails.
I understand the whole history behind the name of the Redskins and all, but I just hope they hang in there and say fuck you to the special interest groups and everybody else and keep the name.
Aren't Red Tails the fucking black fighter squadron from World War II? Yeah. Well, aren't they going to get all pissy about it?
But, I mean, it sounds kind of... I understand what it represents, but it still sounds... Red Tails is kind of a wimpy name.
It is.
I don't know. I just hope they hang in there.
I like the Squaws.
I like...
That wouldn't do much good.
No, that wouldn't do much good.
To go from the Redskins
the Washington
to the
Squaws.
They're gonna have to change the name.
The Washington Savage Injuns. And you spell it like INJUNS.
Yeah.
Injuns.
That'd be cool. I'd wear that jersey.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not?
That would be good. Why not?
Why not?
Love to hear the commentators.
How did your team name die?
And those three dopes up in Boston, we didn't talk about them. What the fuck? How stupid can you be?
Oh, pretty stupid. Yeah,
What'd
they
they
got
do?
arrested for, well, they were aiding the terrorists by getting rid of some evidence.
They were the ones that got rid of the laptop, too, that they've been searching for.
What fucking
Did they find the
scumbags.
laptop?
I don't know. Are they yapping?
Oh, they're yapping. They're scared shitless. They're yapping. They could get up to 5 years in jail, right?
That's all?
it?
For aiding murderers?
Really?
I believe that's about all they could get. Is 5 years.
Fuckwads.
Helping your friend after you know he was the guy.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. What's going on with the youth of America?
They were misled.
consequences.
I'm sure they were misled, and
Misled
they
by
thought they were
what?
doing a friend a favor. They didn't think it was that important. Oh my God!
See, this is exactly what I knew
Yeah,
to happen.
we were in discussion about this not happening,
No,
actually.
because I really do have to leave.
Yeah, there was a discussion about this. I
But
don't know
but now
why.
it's awkward. He's not supposed to see the awkwardness
Is he
of
here?
the whole thing. Yes.
All right, let's
I was
just.
waiting at my house.
Well, we gotta just jump into it. We can't make him wait.
Oh my God!
He's Sir Ben Kingsley.
Sir Ben Kingsley is
God,
outside
I'm
our
gonna-
studio.
Now I gotta walk over there, and you guys gotta leave in front of him.
Well, Roland was supposed to cut him off at the pass, so it doesn't
Yes.
look awkward. That's all.
Yes, take him to a green room, but we don't have one. Oh my goodness!
Well, we got Ben Kingsley
Yes,
coming
yes,
in.
sir.
Gotta call him Sir Ben, yeah.
Sir, but you got to call him that.
Yeah, it's respect. I mean, it's-
Really?
yeah.
Really? Can I look him in the eyes?
Yes.
When I walk past, oh my God, I got to pack this up so it doesn't look like I'm
packing up.
packing up. Oh my God, Sir Ben. Sir Ben was on us in The Sopranos.
Yes,
if you
I know.
remember.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, there was a.
How are we gonna do this? I don't want him to look.
All right, Sam, just run over there quick.
I don't want it to look
my
awkward.
God. Oh my God, it's gonna look
I really
awkward.
do have to get home to a sick kid.
It's gonna look awkward.
Yeah.
We set this up ahead of time. Do you have the card too, Sam?
Oh yeah. Hang on.
Oh my
Sam,
God.
give me the camera.
Oh my God.
Hang on.
What are you gonna tape it on?
I'll be listening. I'll be listening. Yeah.
I'm just gonna make believe I'm an intern walking down the studio. All right, Ben Kingsley's up next.
It's up right now.
Yeah.
It says I can't read memory card.
Well,
we told Roland not to do it this way.
why can't I read the memory card?
I'm gonna walk out this way backwards.
Do we not have a video element now?
You want them right here?
We had the video camera's not working.
Okay. It's not working?
No.
Hang on one sec. You have no idea why it's not working. Oh wait. How about I know? Let me try one thing. Talk amongst yourselves.
Just forget our card. Let's just do it.
Can your camera take video?
No,
Good?
we're good to go.
Okay, bring him in.
Okay.
Yes. Yep, man.
Very well, very well. Thank you.
Are you?
Thank you.
Welcome.
Sir Ben Kingsley, yes,
Sir
that's
Ben,
you.
hello.
Thank you.
How are you? Pleasure.
Lovely to see you. I like wearing cans. Is that okay?
Oh, yeah, we
Of course,
prefer
yeah,
it.
please do. We're on the air.
A lot of guests don't like to wear them, so we just kind of leave them there as an option. When you became, I wanted to ask you too, becoming Sir Ben, what is the process for that happening? Is it something they tell you is going to happen, and then it happens years later?
I had a letter from the Prime Minister's office maybe a month before it happened, and then invited to the palace for the actual ceremony.
Had you known before that they were like, do you know what it is that they say, okay, well, we would like to make Ben Kingsley Sir Ben Kingsley? Like, what happens before that?
You don't have any idea.
Oh, no.
It's a total surprise.
And in Britain, that's a tremendous honor.
It is indeed, yeah. Yeah, it's my citation was for my contribution to, or my work in drama. So it was for a dramatic actor.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's not something you can like work towards. Like you can't have that be a goal necessarily.
You have no idea. You know, if you just hit the national nerve somehow or the national psyche, then England, which is not very openly enthusiastic like the States,
right?
It's quite guarded. So the counterbalance to that rather guarded aspect to your work is balanced by, you know, the Prime Minister and the palace saying, we've seen you, we like what you do very much, which is great.
Once you're recognized that way, does that change the way you work? Does that change the way you just pick what projects you're going to do? Or
I have always picked my projects based on my opening years in the theatre. So I love good writing. I always pick good writing. I hope to always pick good writing. So that national embrace doesn't really affect my process in as much as it's always been rooted in a great Englishman called Shakespeare. I'm not pretending to be a great Englishman, but that was my starting point. You know, his work's so beautiful.
So is that considered, and again, forgive my ignorance, is that considered being knighted or no? Being a sir is different than being knighted? Or
no, it's the same
thing.
It
is the same thing, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say congratulations on being knighted, but I figured it would be wrong, and I would look stupid.
Absolutely right, yeah.
You've been in some of my favorite films. I mean, I think one that people, like, everybody knows Schindler's List, but a lot of people don't talk about Searching for Bobby Fischer, which is just, it's probably my top 10 or 12 favorite movies.
That's very interesting because Josh, with whom I was this morning, said that's one of his favorite films.
Josh Waiskin?
Yes.
You saw the real Josh Waiskin?
No, I'm sorry. My interviewer this morning on a morning show said that as his child gets older, he's going to show his child a film because he said it's the greatest sports film he'd ever seen.
Yeah.
And that final battle between those two kids is extraordinary.
Yeah, and it's hard to make, because I love chess. It's really hard to make chess dramatic. It's hard to build up drama. I mean, you know, Bobby Fischer pulled it off, but it's really hard to make a movie where the climax is a chess match between two children. And,
you mentioned the link. The link is that Steven Zaillian, who wrote and directed Searching for Bobby Fischer, went on to write Schindler's List. So, you know, that brings us back to writing, and then when it's beautifully written on the page, it's a joy to act and a joy to bring to life.
When you, because I find acting to be so difficult, when you see a role, like say they send you the script for Bobby Fischer, and now do you say, I'm going to learn these lines before I do them, or do you kind of like to just see them once? Like I said, Brando would have, like, you know, cue cards all over the place, or do you like to be completely off book and completely memorized?
I love to be completely off book, because then you have some understanding of the sweep of the whole movie. You have some understanding of the shading of every scene, where it sits in the film, because we don't always film in sequence, as you know. So I love to learn the whole thing.
And
how do you? I would assume you must get very close to these characters that you play, since you do them so well. How long do they stay with you after? Like, you know, like when does Gandhi leave you?
Well, one of my tricks is to let go immediately the director says cut, to let go totally, so that the next time I do a take, it's a running jump again. I never like to have the elastic halfway stretched.
Right.
It goes right back to its original shape, and then on action again, it's the same process. I go almost from zero into the character.
So you're not one of these guys who's sitting there at lunch still in character?
No, absolutely not. No, I'm not. I get back to me as often as I possibly can, and as frequently as I can. Then I hope that the result is that maybe the take is fresh every time, rather than I'll give you a copy of a copy of a copy, which is a bit downhill. But everyone works differently, but I'm not. I don't quite know what the word method actor means, but I'm not one anyway.
I'm sure you've worked with some, though, over the years. And is it odd to talk to a guy off a cut, and then again you're having a burger together,
Yeah,
and
they
he's
say,
talking in character? Is that a
Christian
little
Bale
odd?
just remains Batman while he's on set, and it's like, huh?
Right. As I say, and I respect his work enormously. That everyone has their own method of working. I do remember one method actor who shall remain nameless, and he was so keen on being in character before a scene, banging around and kicking furniture and yelling, that by the time he got on set, he was exhausted, and by the time the director said action, he'd forgotten all his lines.
Because he was so wrapped up in the character while we weren't filming, which doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
Was his performance good, or did it suffer, like in the final product? Because Brando, I've heard he would read dialogue off people. He would have it taped to their face, which you're like, that's horrible. But because it played the way Brando did, you're like, wow, what a brilliant move.
Oh, his performances are absolutely magnificent.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah.
So whatever he did was okay.
Although you could see where it would be degrading to his co-star who has to sit there like a prop with lines taped to his forehead.
Yeah, it's a little embarrassing.
Isn't there a party game where you stick a word to your head, or that you don't know what it is, and you've got to guess the word that's stuck onto your head?
Yeah, that sounds like that's what I heard he would do to certain guys if he could get away with it. So I guess it all depends on how the final product comes out, whether somebody was a genius or whether they were just kind of irritating and eccentric.
Right. Of course. And Brando was a genius, absolutely. Yeah.
So Iron Man 3 is what you're promoting. It comes out on Friday.
Yeah.
Is when you go into a summer blockbuster movie, you know going in this is what the goal is. Is that very different from something like Bobby Fischer?
Not with this particular franchise, because what's so beautiful and contagious about this franchise, and what everybody loves about it, is that although, of course, it's called Iron Man and it's about massively powerful exteriors, what they do explore is the vulnerable man inside, and that's where Robert Downey Jr. is terrific. He's vulnerable to friendship, he's vulnerable to comradeship, he's vulnerable to loss, he's vulnerable to self-doubt, he's vulnerable to panic attacks, he's vulnerable to love, because he's in an intimate relationship with Pepper, who's magnificently played. So I think that style sets it in a genre almost of its own. Therefore, brings me back to the writing. I jump in just on the same level.
Is that more difficult to kind of humanize a character that's obviously, it could be so silly? Like it's a superhero, but you have to relate it to an audience that's like, okay, I believe this.
I think it's a bit of a tightrope. I think that it's all a question of taste and rhythm and how you construct the arc of the character. I think the way those moments are offered to the camera and the way it's edited, I think the rhythm of these films is beautiful, because after every magnificent action sequence that you have, it's immediately followed by a moment of vulnerability or tenderness or absurdity. But there's always that wonderful rhythm where they pull the audience in with magnificent action, and then there's something beautiful happens. Something very human happens. It's very clever rhythm.
And did you want to see the script before you agreed to do the film, or because you think the writing is so important to you?
I was visited by Kevin Feige before I had the script, and taught me through the arc of the character in the film, which I loved what he had to say. And then they sent me a script, and then Shane Black welcomed me onto the set, and I felt like a team player within seconds. They're a very, very welcoming group of people to work with.
And what do you want? Is this the type of movie that you would watch? What do you watch for your own entertainment?
I have watched all of this particular franchise, the Marvel franchise, and I absolutely love it.
You started just to jump back in your career a bit, because it's very interesting. I read that Brian Epstein, the Beatles manager, is kind of how you got started. And can you just talk about that for a second? Because you don't hear many people with Beatles connections.
I was in a show, a play on stage in London that was produced by Brian Epstein. He backed it. He put the money into it. He was the producer. And my role in this play was a kind of musical chorus. I would come on during the play and sing a song about what the hero was going through and what he was about to go through. It was a lovely device that kept the play running smoothly. And Brian, of course, on the opening night, got two of his mates in, Ringo Starr and John Lennon. And I met them after the show.
Are those guys actors? I've not heard of them.
I met them after the show, and they were very sweet about my music. And it was, a total rip-off of their songs and Bob Dylan's, so total rip-off. Just sang with an English accent there, so, I got away with it. And I met Dick James, who was the recording manager of the Fab Four at the time, and he indeed, to my astonishment, offered me a recording contract and said that he would like to mold me. I would like to mold you. He said, I'm going to mold you, make you a rock star. And I ran out of his office and became an actor.
Do you ever look back on that and say, wow, maybe I could have given that a shot?
You know what? If I do have a musical ear, and I think I do, it's so much now absorbed into the tone I use as an actor, the rhythm of the language I use as an actor. Sexy Beast is a kind of musical performance because it's entirely based on rhythm and tone, and so I do use my musical ear in my acting. So I don't really have any regrets. I probably would be, dead in a pool of drugs, blood, and alcohol had I become a rock star.
Yeah, you had to do something much more stable, like acting.
Yes, much.
Well, they're telling us in our ear that you have to leave because you have promotion, but you've already won a Grammy, you've won an Oscar. I mean, it's not like you haven't done a tremendous amount, and Iron Man 3 opens tomorrow, May 3rd, all over the place. And Sir Ben Kingsley, thank you. It's tremendous to have you here.
Great pleasure.
The Opie and Anthony Show. And now, the Opie and Anthony Show continues. This is After O&A Live. Here's your host, Sam Roberts.
You guys missed it. It's After Opie and Anthony Live, and on his way out, Sir Ben Kingsley actually knighted me, which I didn't know knights could then. Once you knight somebody, you can actually knight somebody else. And he said, Sam, you and Jim did such a great job. Jim is gone. However, I would like to knight you, Sir Sam Roberts. So congratulations to me. That's a big thrill to have somebody like that knight me. But, and it reminds me, too, to stay humble through my new knightdom. He did. Ben Kingsley came in here, and he was a professional. He was a wonderful man, and I feel like that's how I'm going to maintain my composure for the rest of this. Did you see that go down, Eric?
I saw and heard the interview, yeah. Not your knighting, though.
You didn't see that?
No, because only the Queen can do that.
No. Knights can re-knight. Once you're knighted, you can then go and knight someone.
I don't believe that to be true.
All right, well, we'll have to take it up with Sir Ben then. Is he still around?
He's over in OutQ right now.
You know who is going to be here today? Wait till you hear this. I don't know if you know about this. Sal, wait till you hear. Wait till Troy hears about this.
Who's this?
You know who's going to be in this building today? Not on this show, but in this building?
Oh, boy.
The fuckery continues.
Carly Rae Jepsen?
Carly Rae Jepsen is here today. Today. Not here, though. Not here.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, I thought that our history with her was very well...
You launched her career.
I thought that was made clear to everybody. I thought it was very well documented. But apparently not. Because Carly Rae Jepsen's coming in. I think she's going to be here, and it's all over. If you check, Twitter and stuff, she's taking over Hits One Twitter account and everything. She's doing a whole bunch of stuff.
You going to get her for your Sunday show?
No.
What the... Did they ask you?
No. No, they didn't ask me, Eric.
Conspiracy.
Quanspiracy, I think.
They don't mention the channel numbers. They don't get you Carly Rae Jepsen.
That's all about me, isn't it?
Something's going on.
302.
Sam Roberts, professional broadcaster.
What's up, buddy?
Well, I got some burning questions I think the audience wants to know. Are you making the channel jump also?
Meaning once O&A moved to Channel 103, will Sam Roberts be with them?
Yes.
It remains to be seen. Contracts are being worked on right now, but we'll see how it goes. I'm optimistic, but we'll see how it goes. You can never tell with these things.
I understand. And hey, if you decide to make the jump with them, I really appreciate you reaching down to help guys out. And
All right.
I got another question,
Yeah.
too. Are you going to have a live show on Mom's Day, or are you going to honor your mother on that day?
When's Mother's Day?
I thought it was the 12th of May.
Right. Well, I mean, it is coming up. What are you going to do, Larry?
Me, I'm going to be hauling freight like I do every day.
What about you, Alan? What are you planning on doing for Mother's Day?
When's Mother's Day?
We were just talking about it. It's in like a week or two.
Well, I'll call my mom.
I hope you're not planning on giving her another lame card that you picked up from a gas station. Was that your plan? Don't do it.
Okay.
What, are you going to take her out for the same old dinner? Don't do it.
No.
So what are you going to do? Take our advice.
What do you got, Sam?
Head to my guy, Steven Singer. Steven is the guy that will make you look like a hero. You want to be a hero, don't you, Alan? Yeah. Alan Thicke Jr. wants to be a hero. It's so easy. You can find Steven online 24/7 at IHateStevenSinger.com. Steven Singer Jewelers has a beautiful selection of gifts perfect for Mother's Day. This year he's really come through, though. This year, Steven has a beautiful Super Silver Argentea mother and child diamond necklace, and it's only $149. That's right. So whether you're shopping for your mom, your wife, or your mother-in-law, Steven's going to make this Mother's Day so easy. Go right online now to IHateStevenSinger.com. Check out the Super Silver Argentea mother and child diamond necklace for yourself. This beautiful necklace is going to make her Mother's Day special. Steven Singer has free shipping anywhere in the U.S. And don't forget, now my Canadian listeners can shop online at IHateStevenSinger.com as well. FedEx shipping to Canada is available. Visit Steven Singer Jewelers, the other corner of 8th and Walnut, or call him at 188-I-HATE-STEVEN-SINGER, or, of course, go online at IHateStevenSinger.com. Vince in Philly.
Congratulations, Sir Sam Roberts.
Thank you very much, Vince.
So now that you're a knight, does that mean that you can make E-Rock Sir Slavo?
E-Rock, is that something you'd like to be? Would you like to be Sir Slavo?
I would like to be knighted, but you don't have that authority.
That's not true, because technically I was knighted. Lady Trucker.
Sir Sam, now that you are knighted, will you be getting yourself a suit of armor?
I will look into that. Alan, if you could look into seeing if Steven Singer can make me a suit of armor out of Argentium.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Can you look into that for me?
I'll get a hold of him.
That would be great. Thank you, Lady Trucker. Snowy in Michigan.
Hey, Sam, how you doing?
Good. How are you, Snowy?
I'm okay. First, before I get to my point about the knighting thing,
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping Stephen Lynch would play the D&D song in honor of your intern there who actually plays D&D still.
That's true. He does. That's Alan Thicke Jr.
Yep. Keep forgetting his name. The knighthood thing. I remember in the movie Kingdom of Heaven, the main character Bloom plays knights a bunch of like regular people to help fight the Saracens in the end of that movie Kingdom of Heaven.
Right. Well, I mean, I don't know about the movie Kingdom of Heaven, but I do know at the end of Clue, the guy at the door says the Kingdom of Heaven is at hand.
Well, stay humble, Sam. I know it's real easy for you to do. I mean, not that you're a self-promoter or anything like that. Or
Thank you, Snowy. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Was that before Shake, Rattle, and Roll kicked in?
That was right before Mr. Green says, I'm going to go home and sleep with my wife. And as a kid, I sat there looking at him like, who the fuck else is he going to sleep with? That was one of those lines that I had no idea what he was talking about. That's the closing line of the movie. Because earlier in the film, he had said, they were talking about their secrets. It's Michael McKean, right? Playing Mr. Green, isn't that right?
Yeah.
And he says, I'm a homosexual. And he's first of all, don't take that out of context. And second of all, he's a government employee, and at that time it was very bad and stuff, and he couldn't be. And so then at the end he says, I'm going to go home and sleep with my wife. Meaning everything comes full circle. It wasn't true. When I first saw the movie, I didn't know what homosexual meant. I was a kid. And so he goes home and he says, I'm going to go sleep with my wife. And I go, who? Yeah. Who else would he sleep with? Men go home and sleep with their wives.
Do you remember when you learned what gay was?
Let me think. I don't think so. I don't know specifically if I remember what gay was.
Right.
I remember my uncle used to say, this isn't gay, and don't tell anyone about it. But beyond that, I don't remember specifically. Do you remember, Alan Thicke Jr.?
I think it was a Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. Like that.
It was Carson Kressley?
Yeah, 'cause I was like, what's a queer? And then my brother had to explain it to me.
It's a great question. You asked your brother, what's a queer?
Right.
Yeah, and he was like, well, a queer is a gay. And you said, what's a gay?
Right.
And he explained when guys fuck each other in the butt.
Yeah, it was really weird.
Yeah, I would imagine. That's not the definition you were looking for. Steve in Michigan.
Sir Sam Roberts.
How are you, Steve?
Good. One of the attributes a knight is supposed to possess is being charitable.
Right.
So as your first official charitable act as a knight, can you hook somebody up with a Steven Singer rose?
No, but I can give you Opie's unfinished Sudoku puzzle today. He barely did any of it.
That would be great.
He didn't sign it either, but I'll still send it to you.
Well, maybe you could sign it.
Okay, I'll sign it. That's very charitable of me, and I will sign it, Sir Sam Roberts. Stay on hold, Steve. Remind me to sign this, Alan. Here, you take this. You remind me, because I'm not going to do it on the air. That wouldn't be professional. Marshall in Texas.
Hey, Sir Shitster.
Yes, I'll accept that.
I love how when you started the bit, you were like, hey, Eric, you saw that, right? You're like, no, I didn't see that happen. Slavo, what the fuck?
No shit, asshole.
Eric knows the first rule of improv is to always say no. I do not believe that to be true. I think you are lying. Let's go to Jim in New York.
Hey, Sir Sam.
How are you?
Fine. With your new power, is it possible you could make Eric the Earl of Many Sandwiches?
Eric, would you prefer being Sir Slavo or the Earl of a huge amount of sandwiches on any given day?
The Earl title is tempting.
You like that? Because one thing you like is being in a royal family. The other thing you love is what?
Sandwiches.
That's exactly right.
Just like how I say it.
I know, I love it. That's why I never say it. John in Texas.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Couple things, sir. Sir Sam.
Yeah.
Now that you're a knight, are you gonna go and get a big boy TV?
I don't know. Do you think 32-inch TV is too small for a knight?
Well, I mean,
no, man, you got to get a wall going over there.
Well, but then they also owe you like land.
Yeah. Maybe some virgins too. Is that? Did knights get virgins, or is that something else?
No, that's a different religion.
If you were a king, you could just go and take somebody's wife on the first night if you really wanted to.
See, the closest I've ever been I'm almost a king, but only in like the King Ralph way. Like if the whole royal family got wiped out.
From the family photo and lightning?
Right.
Yeah.
Then they would come to me and say, well, Ben Kingsley did knight you, and everybody, even the fake knights, got wiped out. So, Sam? And I'd be like, yes, you can call me King Sam.
They just show up here while you're doing the show. You had no idea you were even related to anybody.
Exactly. And then I'd, drive to Buckingham Palace in a limo and just stick my fat ass out the top of it. It'd be great.
Make a bowling alley.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. Ben.
Hey, Sir Sam.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, do you remember when Sir Roger Moore was there as well? He was the King Knight Templar or whatever it was. So I wonder how his reaction would have been to Ben Kingsley being in the same room, or how do you figure those discussions would be? Like,
well,
hey, go get me something to drink, Ben?
I'm going to tell you this. I mean, maybe Roger Moore thinks he has something over Ben Kingsley, but the fact is that Ben Kingsley is doing the smart thing, and he's knighting people around him. He's creating his own little knight army. If the shit goes down between Roger Moore and Ben Kingsley, guess which side I'm going to take?
Oh, so you're part of the Ben Kingsley pyramid scam?
100%.
All right, Sam. Have a good one.
I'll talk to you later. Jim in Alabama.
Hey, Sir Sam, I just want to congratulate you on this historic day.
Thank you.
Being the first Black Knight, could you make an order to have Sal executed?
I will. Actually, I will see if I can get that done. Earl of Many Sandwiches, E-Rock.
Yes, sir.
Can we see if we can get Sal executed?
That's an order that has to come, I think, down from you.
Okay, well then I will order it. I don't know if I have that power actually.
It shall be done.
I think Ben Kingsley, who's the knight who knighted me, would have to order Sal's execution, and he was close, and he barely even interacted with him.
Well, if you have to get your orders from Ben Kingsley, can't you just knight someone, have them do it for you?
Yeah, but I'm not going to knight you, Alan Thicke.
Oh.
I know where you're going with that,
Yeah.
and I don't think you deserve to be knighted just yet. Chris.
All hail Sir Slavo!
Okay, he just wanted to yell Slavo that time. Yeah, and Eric, to be fair, I told them if they want to yell Slavo, don't try to prank call. Just say what you want, and I'll let you through.
Yeah, that doesn't make it any better.
Oh. CW in New York has a great question for E-Rock.
Yes, how you doing, Sam?
Great. How are you doing, CW?
Good, good. I'd like to know if E-Rock is the Burger King.
E-Rock, if you were a king, would you consider yourself the Burger King?
Why not?
Mongo.
You have to say my name right, Sam. It's Sam Mongo.
Oh, you're right, Mongo. Yeah. Go on.
Now when Jeff says good night, you say, no, I'm a great night.
Oh, God. All right. I'm going to hang up on you, Mongo. This is why I don't go to your calls trying to pronounce your name right or any of that. Steve in New York.
Hey, what's up, Sammy?
How are you, Steve?
Hey, now, if you're going to be a knight now, you're going to have to take an act of celibacy, much like Fezzi from the Ron and Fez show.
All right. Well, then I promise I will not sleep with any women because I'll be up all night. Don't step on me, Steve.
Maybe with your new connections, you can get them laid with one of those, young boys.
I don't know why it's got to go back to Fez. Fez has nothing to do with it. Fez is not a knight, is he? Do you know Fez to be a knight, Alan Thicke Jr.?
No,
I don't think he is. I don't know why he has to go back to Fez.
He was just in here.
Is he a knight?
No, he's not a knight.
Okay, I didn't think. Did he have a suit of armor? Did he come in on a horse?
No.
Save a princess?
Nope.
Fight a dragon?
Nope.
Friends with a king?
No, I don't think
Friends with a Kingsley?
No, I don't think so.
All right, well, then he's not a knight. What are you going to do? I don't know if you've been hearing about what's been going on behind the scenes, Eric. You're the intern boss, correct?
Yeah.
Well, Troy told me that he and Alan Thicke Jr. had it out yesterday. He came into my office and yesterday and said today was a bad day for Alan Thicke Jr.
Today or yesterday?
He said this to me yesterday.
Oh, yesterday. Okay.
Did you hear about this?
I think I did. I wasn't around for it, but I think I heard about this.
Well, you guys remember, everybody met Alan Thicke Jr. on the big show earlier this week. What day was it, Alan?
Oh, I think that might have been Wednesday.
Let's go with Wednesday then. Yeah. That would be yesterday.
Wait, was it? Oh, so then Tuesday.
Then we'll go Tuesday.
We'll go Tuesday, sorry.
So, he was on the show Tuesday, and Troy came in and said his work had not been exemplary. He also made a point to mention that you were not showered, greasy hair, an aroma. That's the day you pitched Asshole of the Week box, correct?
Correct, yeah.
How's that?
That was last
Oh, you know what? That was Friday.
Okay, Friday.
Yeah.
How's that going, by the way?
The Asshole of the Week box?
Yeah. Any votes this week so far?
Well, no. To be fair, I kind of hid the box back on the back in your office just because I kind of figured no one was really that into it.
Well, not with that attitude, they're not.
Yeah, you're right.
Do you want it to happen tomorrow?
I would love it.
Well, you got to put that box out front and center and see who people vote for then, don't you?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's do it and make it happen for tomorrow.
Okay.
So even after everything that happened on the air on Friday,
right?
Yesterday, Troy did not give you an easy time, huh?
No.
What happened? Because I remember the argument was that Troy was looking for some kind of phone calls for production, and he had given you ideas. He just wanted audio clips of people making phone calls to radio stations. And he was saying movies like Talk Radio, movies like Airheads. Is that right, Troy?
Yep.
And you were having a lot of difficulty with this task.
Yes.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like the most complicated task in the world.
Well, okay. So I wasn't really, it didn't really click to me until yesterday's blowout that what Troy really wanted was, I mean, after he gave me some examples of like Jerry Seinfeld going like, "Hello, you idiot," or something like that. That's.
Do you have a clip of Jerry Seinfeld picking up a phone and saying, "Hello, you idiot"?
No, I have. In one of the production pieces, Jerry Seinfeld says something. He says, "Hello," he says, something like that.
Yeah,
but,
something.
Okay.
But
I just don't remember the episode.
Yeah, I don't remember the exact clip. But basically, I told him like, "Look, I need phone calls, something that can relate to production for calling into the show."
Right.
Whatever. So Jerry Seinfeld just going, "Hello," like
boom. We find
a
spot for that. That's like one of those things where you say, "Call the Opie and Anthony show." Pew pew pew. Hello. You got it.
Right. Or then I have a clip from the Jerky Boys where they says, he said, "Get Tony on the phone." You know, it kind of relates
Tony,
to
Anthony says it in a funny way.
Right. And it's recognizable. You recognize it's the Jerky Boys.
Sure.
It's just something,
Frank Rizzo.
Right. It's just help make the production piece sparkle a little bit brighter.
Right.
So what I did was...
And you wanted Alan to give you that sparkle.
Well, because Alan comes to me. He comes knocking on my door. He's like, hey, man, do you have anything I could do? I said, well, yes, I do have something you can do.
When he knocks on your door, are those fingers crossed saying, say no, say no, say no, say no?
No, absolutely not.
Probably.
You think yes, Alan, you're saying no?
I'm saying no.
Okay. But Troy, you would assume probably yes.
Right.
Okay.
So, I told him what I needed. And as we discussed on the show last week, he gives me like a disc of, and I gave it to you. There was 12. And he was arguing about how many there were on the show. There was 12. I counted them.
Is that an incorrect count?
Well, I mean, there were 12 on that disc. There were
on
12.
that first disc, and 10 of them were from Entourage.
It's a good show.
Okay. None of which even remotely could relate to what was going on. There was one
Was
call.
there a whole bunch of clips like, hey, get Ari on the phone?
Yeah. Then there was one call from Snoop Dogg where he said something about, there was a prank phone call he did where he's like, D's nuts or something,
Okay, that's good.
Not the one from the album. It was something else. I was like, oh, that's okay.
Well, that's always fun because you go up to somebody and you say, like, for instance, Alan, before you leave today, could you make sure to take a look at D's?
D's what?
D's nuts.
Yeah,
it's fun.
That was a joke. Unfortunately, the call was censored, and it's just like, and it's just like,
That doesn't do much good to anybody, does it?
So it's like I really can't even use it. I mean, I guess I could figure out where it came from and see if I can find. But this is more work. So then I said, I need talk radio. I need you to give me something from this. So then he gives me a bunch. He's like, well, can the Simpsons prank phone calls work? I was like, I'm not going to say no, but if there's something there, give it to me.
Doubtful.
Right.
Yeah.
So he gives me a whole CD full of just prank phone calls, like where fucking Bart Simpson calls Mo up and Mo's reaction and stuff. And it's just like, I mean, it's like...
You're saying that what he's doing is he's kind of trying to figure out what's the easiest answer
Yes.
and then give you a lot of it.
Right.
Do you think, is that your strategy?
Well, I mean...
not really a lot of it, like maybe 10.
But that's what I mean, like figure out like what's the easiest answer to the question and then as many examples as, 20 minutes will do.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that right?
Well, I mean, I don't spend 20 minutes. I spend all the time I possibly can on it. I guess I'm just slow, but I do...
Do you think Troy's been unfair to you?
I mean, I think Troy's frustration is fair, but I think he's being unfair about how he perceives my work ethic.
I mean, dude, perceiving your work ethic, you haven't yet to deliver anything I needed, and it's been like 3 weeks.
Yeah, but I'm still delivering you something, even if it is, in your words, shit.
Did you use that word?
Yeah,
okay.
But it's not really what I was looking for. And I told you, I said, I need talk radio, I need airheads. I gave you examples. Eric gave you a couple examples. So then he says to me, well, I can't find talk radio online.
Okay, so you can't... So Troy keeps bringing up this movie, Talk Radio, and you're going, what do you want me to do? I can't find it online. What am I going to buy the DVD? I'm an intern. I don't make any money.
Well, the streaming sites that I have used in the past, I just couldn't find it on them.
On the streaming sites, okay.
So I said, well, it might be on Netflix. And if you can find it on Netflix, I have an account.
You would be willing to lend your login to him?
Yes.
Okay. That would make your life easier, because you wouldn't have to subscribe to Netflix.
I told you that, right?
You did tell me that.
So he still has got me nothing from Talk Radio.
Was it on Netflix?
I didn't know. I couldn't check.
Didn't give it the old checkaroo?
I didn't give it the old checkaroo.
Okay.
So then I walk into the studio over here yesterday, and Sal's on the phone, and I was just venting my frustration. And I'm like, Sal, just see if you can find Talk Radio online for free. And not have to, because some of those make you install a certain plugin or something to view it.
Just see, I'm just saying, hey, see if you can watch Talk Radio right now on that computer.
In 5 minutes, 5 minutes, he found it on YouTube.
On YouTube?
The whole thing on YouTube.
Did you try that streaming site? I know you said you were trying a few different streaming.
The video
because YouTube has all kinds of stuff streaming.
No, okay. So the video he's referring to, and I know what video, because I could see the video that was playing when Troy was like, wah, 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 wah.
Is that what he sounded like?
Well, he was appalled by the fact that there was a video that had clips from Talk Radio playing on YouTube.
All Troy wants in his life is some clips from Talk Radio.
But he couldn't. But I told him that is the trailer, and he wouldn't believe me that 3.5 minute
it wasn't,
video.
That was totally the trailer. Through the whole thing.
That was the trailer.
He was scrolling through the whole thing.
It was the trailer. I know that was the trailer.
Here comes Sal.
Okay, and the streaming sites that I did go to, that I found Talk Radio. When I clicked on them, it said I need to install a Java plugin. I don't think I'm supposed to do that.
Was it the trailer?
It was the whole thing.
It was the whole movie on YouTube.
I recognized that video. I know that video. I saw it.
How long was the trailer that you watched, or the video that you watched?
It was like whatever.
When you pulled it up?
I didn't check the
Approximately.
Over an hour.
Okay, so 90 minutes maybe.
Yeah, I don't
That's a hell of a trailer, Alan.
No, I was looking at it. That looked it looked eerily similar to the trailer I saw.
Well, you know what happens a lot of times with trailers?
Oh, yeah,
they'll actually take clips from the full-length movie, and then they'll put it into the trailer. Sometimes, if it plays out, you'll realize what you're watching is actually the movie referenced by the trailer.
Yeah, but movies don't last 3 minutes and 50 seconds with a bunch of quick cuts.
And I told Sal, I said, Sal, can you just scroll through and just make sure that it's the full movie? And he was scrolling through it.
It was not 3.5 minutes.
No, there's certain ways that things can get uploaded to like popular sites like YouTube that they kind of code the name a little bit.
Sure,
and stuff like that. And I was just able to come across it.
What did you search?
There's certain ways of doing it. Yeah, it's.
You don't want to say what is it illegal?
No, it's not illegal. It's just there's.
How did you find it?
It's no direct way. You have to click through a lot of shit, and usually you're clicking through things that look like fake download buttons and ads and shit like that. But you can always find it if you just keep on digging. Like if you want any album, you don't even need to torrent it.
So it takes about 5 minutes.
Dude, it literally.
Troy sat there and watched me do it.
5 minutes is even being generous. Like I think he probably did it in about 3.
Yeah, it was pretty quick.
Probably closer to 3 then.
I'd say 3.
Wait, so you're using this archaic, weird method?
Google, that's archaic.
It's called YouTube.
Well, no, but he's saying...
It is one of the original streaming sites, to be fair. It's somewhat archaic, but it's also fairly modern in the sense that it's kind of updated with technology, and it is the standard, I think. I'm not as good.
I think it's the most popular.
Okay, but no, his explanation right now just said you have to go click through things that may look like they're spam, then you got to kind of...
Right.
There's ways... what the fuck? I don't want to click through things that may look like spam.
I got you. Alan's saying, I'm more of an inside-the-box guy, and you guys are attacking me with these outside-of-the-box methods. Give me something that can be explained in 3 simple steps on an instruction sheet. That I can get done for you.
Right.
Is that right, Alan?
Well, I mean, I guess you can say it that way, but what I'm saying is I'm not... my entire life, I was pretty much trained just not to click on spammy-looking bullshit.
I mean, it's not your computer. Who really gives a shit?
Is that how kids are raised now, Sal?
Spammy-looking bullshit.
From the time they're little babies, their moms train them not to click on spam?
My parents always said, don't do that shit.
Hey, my parents pretty much hammered that down to me because they're like, you were not getting a virus on this computer.
How old was the first time that your parents told you never to click on spam?
I don't know, like maybe 6, 7.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it started at a young age.
Add one thing to this.
They say it's taught in the home, but go on.
And I know Troy can attest to this, and I know you can, and Eric as well. When you have to give instructions to Alan
Thicke Jr.,
you have to be super, super explicit in the details and what you want, how he has to do it.
Well, he wants a simple 3-step plan.
Like, yeah, well, if you tell him, like, do this for me, like, he'll forget in the process in which he goes from that moment in time and when he actually has to go do it. So I always tell him, write this down because you're going to forget it. I know you are.
So you gave him the business at this point, Troy.
I'm just frustrated. I'm fucking frustrated. It's like, dude, you're an intern. You're showing up late. You're half-assing everything. Like, what the fuck,
Did he make you feel bad?
Yeah, I felt pretty bad.
I don't want that to happen.
Dude, the fact of the matter is I like you as a person. I think you're a cool guy. But you just have no drive. You have no initiative. And it's like...
Is that true?
That's not true.
To
say I have no drive, no initiative is a complete fallacy. That's not true.
I mean, dude, how many times have you shown up late so far this semester?
I don't know. I mean,
tell me what proves that Troy is wrong.
Well, I mean, I do make an effort to always keep myself busy around here. If I'm not doing anything, I always make sure to see if there's not someone on staff that needs me to do a project for them. I take my time to, I mean, I've written you a couple of bits before, you know, I mean, a lot of them didn't get on the air or anything like that, but that's fine, you know, I mean,
True.
Most of them are probably shit, but at least I'm trying.
But at least you're writing something.
Yeah, and then I show up on the weekends to help phone screen for your show.
He does do a great job on Sundays.
And, I mean, like, I come here and I stay here as much as I possibly can because I want to get better. I mean, the reason why I'm here is because I'm trying to train myself to be good enough for the workforce. I knew when I came in here I wasn't going to be good. That's why I'm here.
I mean, listen, you can say what you want about Sal. Everybody can say what he wants, but
anything
Sal,
we want.
No, but listen, but when Sal was when Sal
said anything.
Damn, you motherfucker.
He said anything.
When Sal was an intern, Sal took the initiative and figured out how to get shit done.
I will say that to Sal's credit, as an intern, he was very resourceful and he took initiative. He stopped doing that after he got hired, but
at that time,
when he was an intern, because he doesn't do that anymore.
Not so much.
Not as much. But it's not about Sal.
Why is this turning towards me?
I'm saying it's not about. I'm saying for the record.
Can we just go back to Alan, please?
Yes.
All right.
Alan, maybe the problem is
You will put in the time, but you're not a very resourceful guy.
I guess not.
And I've said to him, dude, if someone's giving you a task and you need help with it, come to me. I'll try to give you whatever help I can give you, right? I've told you that numerous times.
I just don't like bothering people.
They say you're here to intern. We ask you to do like work for us and help us out. So if we want you to do the job correctly, ask us the detailed questions that you need to ask.
Alan Thicke Jr., they say where there's a will, there's a way.
Right.
Not, well, I have to click spam, so I quit. That's not a saying. You know what I mean?
I'll get you Simpsons stuff instead.
Like, for instance, me. I'm sitting here going, I'm going to make a career out of being a professional broadcaster, right?
Right.
Professional broadcasting doesn't exist anymore. Nobody hires professional broadcasters. They hire people who work at magazines or websites or actors or musicians or comedians or somebody with some titties.
Yeah.
Not professional broadcasters. You know what happens? I try out for the Raw Dog Morning Show. And what happens? I go, oh, man, you sounded great. I did like 3 shows. You sounded great. We don't have the budget for a morning show anymore. Well, you could have told me that before you tried me out. Oh, Entertainment Weekly. You sounded great. Except for one guy. He doesn't really like your voice. That's not going to happen. WWE. You're perfect for us. You're the right height. You're the right size. And the hair doesn't work for us, though. You know?
That's bullshit.
Do I sit here and say, well, I'm going to quit then? Or go to Troy and say, well, I'm just not able to get it done? Have you ever heard me say that? I'm just not going to be able to get it done.
I mean, I don't think I...
The answer is no. The answer is no. You know what I would have done if I were in your position? And I'm not criticizing you. I'm trying to teach you some lessons.
Go for it.
I would have... When Troy said I want clips from the movie, whatever, Talk Radio, I would have sat down and found that movie. And if it's not on YouTube, which it is, but if it wasn't on YouTube... I would have signed up for a free trial of Netflix and found it on Netflix. And if it wasn't on Netflix, I would have found an illegal copy of it or gone and found a $5 copy of it on DVD or something. When I was an intern, Fast Times at Ridgemont High was on TBS. You know what I did? I went through that 2 hour, I think it's 2.5 hours on television. I went through that entire movie and found every single time that they flubbed out a curse word and spent 2 days, hours. I mean, Troy, you can understand how many hours this would have taken. Yeah. First of all, I recorded the TV version in my own time, then digitized it, okay? Then I took the real version of the DVD, right? And then I went through every single curse word in the entire movie and matched it up to what the movie did and what they did on television. Why? Just so I could come on O&A and say, look, I got a bit. And they played it. I wasn't even in studio when they played it, but they played it. I was like, yeah, look at me. I'm the fucking man. Would I go to that much effort now? We'll see. You know, that's a little more iffy. But I'm saying I did it.
You're also in a different place than he is.
Now. Then, no. We were in the same place.
Yeah.
But you can't get from there to here without doing a little work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what separates interns from knights. That's how an intern goes from being an intern to being a British knight. They do what the other interns won't do. Troy, you've seen a lot of interns come through here.
Yeah.
None of them have done enough work to become a knight.
No.
When I was an intern, I was doing enough work to eventually, 8, 9 years later, however long it's goddamn been. I've wasted my entire adult life here.
What about Sal?
Sal will never become a knight.
Oh.
He didn't. He looked like he was on his...
Alan, don't even fucking try when you come asking me for advice later.
Well, no, I was asking, like, you know, I'm trying to defend you, man.
Don't take a fucking shot at me, Alan.
But he was. He's curious. He's curious.
No,
curious.
Look, Troy, I thought people like you around here. Like, I thought...
And the answer is... That's a great question, Alan.
The answer is no.
The answer is that he was on a path to knighthood. And then he decided that step 2 was enough steps for him. And he was going to stop that path, that he's good where he's at.
We got hired.
Yeah, he got hired. And he doesn't need to be a knight. He's associate producer. It's all good. It's all gravy to him.
But this isn't about Sal.
This isn't about Sal, though.
You're welcome.
It's about Alan Thicke Jr.
You got hired. I was like, what the... That's the best compliment you can get as an intern.
We'll see.
No, it's not. The best compliment you can get is not only are you hired, but you're still doing well. And that's not a compliment Sal gets very often.
What? I'm leaving.
But, Alan, you're not even there yet. You know what I mean? I think Troy's, in his own way, trying to impart some wisdom to you.
Yeah.
You're not even close, unfortunately.
He's not. How many days do you have left?
I don't know. Maybe like a week and a half, 2 weeks.
That's not a lot of time, Alan.
No.
And E-Rock mentioned to me that he may not be leaning towards a favorable review, which I disagree with.
He told me weeks ago that he wasn't going to write me a good review.
How could you tell him that weeks ago? He still has weeks to go.
I said if he keeps it up, he's not going to get a good review.
Well, there was an issue last week, or maybe it was earlier this week, where Alan was in the office and had said something a little bit negative.
Disrespectful
to Sal and Roland.
What did he say to Sal and Roland?
What was it,
What
Eric?
did you say?
What did I say?
Yeah. Tell me. Go ahead.
We can discuss this tomorrow.
Well, just
I'm not cutting you off. I bet we seriously do have to.
Okay, tell me what you said, and then we'll go.
I said that they would need to use a digging crane to make Eric's grave.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's very disrespectful. We'll get into that tomorrow, I guess. That's horrible,
we
Eric.
will.
I'm sorry that you had to hear that. We'll get into that tomorrow, though, when this show continues. Stay tuned. Ron and Fez is coming up next. Goodbye, everybody.